What's up? What's up? How you guys doing, guys? So I'm sure you saw a bunch of different lives today. There's definitely a bunch of different creators that we really took this Emmanuel Haro case very to heart. I mean, this little boy basically lost his life at 7 months old, and when, like I said, if you know the story, if you were on it, it was just tragic from the entire beginning of the coverage till now. I mean, this little boy is still his remains are still not discovered, and it's just heart wrenching. Also, Emmanuel's bio father actually earlier on did something to his daughter, which literally made her respectfully a vegetable. She currently is like non responsive. She's in a wheelchair. She's got severe brain damage. And yeah, it was just a very nasty situation. Of course, my first thing is definitely the system failed. The system failed these kids like tremendously. And I say that with the most respectful saying. And it was just really tough, man. This story is, if you've heard it by now, this is definitely the story where the mom and dad, they lied and said that somebody tapped on the mom's shoulder and said Ola, hit her over the head and snatched baby Emmanuel at 7 months old, which almost a day later, I think they were already saying like, there's too many pretty much there's too much like bullshit like that. The story doesn't add up. The authorities basically said they pretty much said they don't believe them. And it was about 2 weeks right after they were mom and dad were both arrested for first degree murder and a bunch of other charges, cruelty to children, dispersing of the body and this and that. However, the father now, he pled guilty. I think if my mind stats me correct, he got about 30 years with a possible chance of parole. The mom still pled not guilty. She's due back in court January 21st. So I would imagine she's going to try to fight for her innocence, how innocent she is in the situation. I don't think she's innocent at all because as much as I'm for the victims that have been abused, and as much as I'm for standing for all that, I don't think the whole battered woman syndrome, guys. Respectfully, I don't think that's gonna stand here. Not to mention the daughter. Yeah, exactly. Child be yes. So I don't think the battered woman syndrome is gonna stand. Truthfully, in this case, guys. So like I said, I'm a firm believer. If she was able to run away to plan this story, she was easily able to go run to the police and say, "This is what's happening, and this is what I'm being forced to do, coerced to do." So but yeah, like I said, it's going to be interesting. We met like Emmanuel's case really touched us in a sense where we literally met some amazing people through this case. I have a whole family in California now through this case. I don't either. She knew what she was doing. Yeah, exactly, Mom. How you doing? Yeah, we met some amazing people through this case. And just like most cases, we take a lot of positivity from it, right, guys? You get some bad apples, but there's more good apples than bad apples. And that's kind of what keeps us going here in the true crime community. So like I said, this one here, I'm good, hon. Thank you. And this one here really touched, man, like touched our hearts. I was lucky to have boots on the ground there too. Obviously, you guys know Murder by Nature. Murder by Nature. We met through this case. Eddie, another one of my moderators. What's up, Melly? How you doing? What's up, Kalak? How you doing? Yeah, met a bunch of amazing people through this, and yeah, man. And it's unfortunate. It's sad. What's up, Kathy? It's unfortunate. It's sad, but it's just like I said, like in so many cases, right? I think that's the perk. What's up, Courtney? I think I really do believe in all these cases. Like when we narrow out. What's up, Miss Lou? When we narrow, Ashley, hi, I see you. when we fade out all the negativity, guys, there is some positivity still out there, and we do get bigger. I hope you're all well tonight. Yes, I'm always well, babe. Hello, Firewife. And we kind of just let the garbage take itself out sometimes, guys. And respectfully, I just want to say, unfortunately, this is just how it goes, right? You feel like you do good, and then people want to turn stuff on you and kind of spin the whole narrative, guys. I like, trust me, it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. I'm just sorry because my true supporters are more like upset than I am, and I love that. I love that I have that. I love that I have those people that really 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 want to go to bat for me. But yeah, the streets of TikTok wild tonight. Yeah, I mean they're always gonna be wild, right? I love your live. You're a real chef. Thank you, Piper. I appreciate you. And again, guys, honestly, like I said, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. We definitely are gonna touch a bit on baby Emmanuel. I only thought it was important to do that. But I will say, hold on a second here. I don't know if everybody's in here or not. I do want to hold on. Let me see something here. Okay, let me just share the live. One second, be right back. What's up? What's up? What's up, Natasha? How are you, babe? Um, nice. Okay, awesome. What up? I sent you that. You know what? I got to I got to do better. I got to check my messages. I promise you. Definitely got to do better for that. I will. I just get a ton, guys. I really do. I get a ton of messages. But I'm just gonna let some people jump in for a second. I'm gonna address this once and for all, guys, because the amount of people that are asking and shit like that. I just really want everybody. I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna only say it once. So if y'all need to hit your fucking record and post about it, perfect. Mrs. Smith is here. Hold on a second. Why is it doing this? Sorry, Mrs. Smith. What's up?
Yeah, bro.
Hold on, let me get my popcorn. No popcorn needed. But listen, guys, I'm gonna address this, and I'm gonna address this once and for all. Listen, guys. Uh, bottom line, bottom line is, TikTok has been weird today. Bottom line is, guys, listen. I was asked to come in yesterday. I was asked to go into someone's live yesterday with good intention for a good cause. Okay, I thought that's what I was doing until it got really hectic. I don't do the messy side of TikTok, guys. I'm really not about that. Y'all want to paint me as being a drama guy, this and that. I'm not gonna try to. What I'm definitely not gonna do is I'm not gonna prove myself otherwise. The bottom line is honestly, I was out having a great old Christmas party yesterday, guys. So the reality is someone asked if I can do them a favor and come into a live and talk, because sometimes my voice is heard, guys, and I wanted to push this situation for this petition that was going on. Okay, that was my intention. Whatever else fell behind that, all the negativeness, all the crazy TikTokers, all the stuff, That to me, that was taking me by surprise. I protect my women. I protect my friends. I protect my ladies. Did I get out of character when I heard a individual go off on another individual on a phone call? Yes, I did. That's my bad. You know what? I apologize for that. My main intention always was to do the right thing. And what doing the right thing for me is getting that message out there to actually get these signatures done. There was no malintent. I don't need people like that. Then I wake up to somebody making a video about me and basically saying I'm all this, that, and the third. You totally blew that out of proportion. This is not your first rodeo, clearly, because clearly I've gotten enough information on you too. So I don't even want to go through all that, guys. I don't want to do all that. All I am trying to tell you is my intention was pure yesterday. My intention was literally to get signatures down packed. And if I hear one of my friends getting disrespected on the other end of a phone, being calling names, scared. This is a mother of 3 children, guys. You know what I mean? Calling her and threatening her and doing all this stuff. That's not what we signed up for on this shit. We signed up for this shit to educate people on true crime, to bring awareness, and that's what's up. Can I turn up real fast? Of course I could turn up real fast. That's me. But at the end of the day, at the end of the fucking day, to go post a video and do all this dumb shit, come on, man. Come on. That's just goofy as shit. That's just goofy as shit. Like realistically, what are you doing, bro? First off, you're making a video while you're driving. Are you okay? Are you okay? I don't give a fuck if it's on a tripod. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. One wrong move, innocent lives are lost. And you want to talk some shit on my name? Come on, man. Come on, sweetheart. Do better than that. Do better than that. All right? Cuz that's dumbass shit. All right? But I'm not going to go too much into it. I am just trying to tell you guys that that's what's up. I don't do that messy side. But clearly, y'all been involved in that messy side. So, you guys want to come after anybody, you come after Chef. You don't go after my team. You don't go after nobody else but me. Okay? This is what this live is about. Come after me. Not that you're going to go make a video. We don't do fake victims around here, guys. That's not what we do around here. So don't try to put my name out there like I be calling people and yelling at them. This motherfucker, I'll yell at you on the goddamn app. Duh. So what are you trying to bullshit on me for? What are you fucking trying to bullshit on me? Don't do that. You wanted me. You asked for me. You told me to come in there. You wanted my voice. You wanted my popular platform. And I did like so. And then you want to make a video about me and try to dumb me down? It ain't gonna happen, sweetheart. It ain't gonna fucking happen. No, we don't. I told you this. We bully bullies. We don't bully. Okay? Y'all want to paint a different fucking narrative? Y'all can paint that fucking narrative. And if you want to take your troops and come on, lady, get checked out, man. Get fucking checked out. All right? Don't put that dirt on my name. I promise you. Don't put that dirt on my name. All right? Because you've been a problem. You've been a problem on this app. You've been a fucking problem on this app.
Chef is 100% genuine.
You said what?
If nothing else, Chef is 100%
Listen,
genuine.
I appreciate you, Butterfly. I love you. I love you, babe. I don't even need you to do all that. I promise you. I promise you. I'm just trying to show you. Y'all called for me. Y'all called for me. I was Gucci last night. I came in there to support because I didn't have to support. I came in here to support you. I pushed for you. I stayed up even fucking later to get you more signatures. I was the one, let's go get more. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Then you want to make a fucking video and try to paint this narrative on me? Sweetheart, that doesn't work around here. That doesn't fucking work around here. I'm going to stay for my people and I'm going to protect my people. But you don't want to throw the bully card and this and that to make everybody look good but me? Yo, honestly, at the end of the fucking day, you know what? Nah. We're not doing that. We're not fucking doing that. Share the live, Dream. Share the live. Y'all had so much to say yesterday. So just share the live and put it out there. Just remember, they came knocking on my door asking me and I helped them. And now you want to fucking go there and do this messy shit? I don't do this messy shit. I'm standing on fucking business. I heard a man disrespect a fucking woman on the fucking phone, and I got turned the fuck up. I'll do that any day of the week. I'll do that any fucking day of the week. But remember, I brought it to my platform to fucking get you guys more signatures and this and that. Did I want to do anything else? You want to make a video? Don't make videos about me and act like it's just all cool. That's not cool. Don't come after anybody else but me. This face right here. This is the face of Chef Talks right here. You got problems? Come after this guy. All right?
Chef, can I just say something real quick?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I've been trying to say this for the last couple of days in some of these platforms. You know, you people, as you, Chef, and Dora and everybody else, I feel like there are people out there starting so much drama. It's taking time out of your day to help the people that are missing, the people, all the stuff that you guys work on. It's taking your time out of the day just to sit here and argue with people because they want to be asses. That's not fair to you. You guys are trying to do a good deed, and we have people starting a bunch of drama when you could you could be on these platforms looking for people that are missing or what have you. I just think it's a bunch of shit.
And you're absolutely right. But as you know, Piper, if you've been fucking watching me, we don't really fucking go this road. This is not what our platforms are about. We really want to just fucking talk true crime, help out victims. You guys obviously know what I did fucking 12 hours ago, 12 hours that same fucking day. Okay? A follower of mine is dying of fucking cancer, stage 4, and I'm fucking helping. You guys asked me to come in there. I have the fucking receipts. Pull up the fucking recordings. Oh, Chef is in here. Chef is in here. Chef and, what does he say? Chef and Nick and Kristen are in here. That no one's gonna get around and do nothing around here. Then all of a sudden, when the shoe don't fucking fit, you want to play victim. No, sweetheart, we don't do that around here. I don't do that for my own family, my own friends, my own team. I'm sure as hell I'm not gonna do it for you. So, you fucked up making that video about me. I promise you. Because that is stupid. That is foolishness. Trying to paint this different narrative on me. Oh, I argue on the phone. Moderators. Joe, let's talk about it. What the fuck do I do? Let's talk about it. Bring whoever the fuck you think that is and bring him on here right now. Pull up the fucking dirt on me. Pull up the fucking dirt on me. I promise you, you ain't got shit on me. But a loud fucking mouth that speaks his fucking mind.
Whipping my motorcycle. Yeah. Whipping my motorcycle.
Bro, Johnny, honestly, bro, I'm not even gonna do that. That lady done fucked up yesterday. Okay? You never had to do that. If she was actually had a half a fucking brain, she would have understood that Kalak was basically trying to say, if you fear so much about it, don't come on your fucking real shit. Don't come on your real fucking shit. So, but again, I have fucking a beautiful family night yesterday, past fucking 12 o'clock at night, get my ass on here, go play the fucking recordings, go see what the fuck was up, and then y'all want to fucking throw me under the bus, and then make me look goofy, protecting you guys' asses, and then you want to turn on me? Come on now, lady. Come on now. We don't do that shit around here, man. We don't do that shit. You don't do that shit. You've been trying to drop me down from in the middle of the Rebecca Park case. My thing is, I'm so humble, I don't remember like that. But now I just put it all together. I put it all together. All right. I'm just saying. I'm addressing this now. And I'm done with it. But you ain't gonna throw dirt on my name like that and just think you're cool with it. Talking on some shit. As if I didn't fucking come up there to help her. As if I didn't come up there to help her out of my own will. To help her do this. Do you think I don't know? You think you think I don't know certain cases? I choose respectfully, unfortunately, to stay away from a lot of cases because they get intense. But what we're not gonna fucking do is run my name down in the fucking dirt like that. Make me look goofy. Stand up for your ass, and then next thing you know, you want to make videos on me, calling me all this fucking bullshit. One day my house is gonna burn and nobody's gonna fucking be in there. Are you okay, lady? And then you want to do this while fucking driving. Are you okay, lady? Are you okay? Are you okay? Yo, could one of you guys, fucking, can one of you guys, what's it called there? Sorry, moderate the chat here because there's way too much going on there right now. But that's all I'm trying to say, guys. At the end of the day, I know TikTok is a very fucking nasty place to be. I know TikTok is a nasty fucking place to be, but that's never my intention. My intention, they came to me asking me if I can help with a petition. And that was my intention, to keep the petition going, to get the signatures done. In the fucking process, a TikTok a true crime colleague, a friend of mine was getting cussed out on the other side of the phone. I don't know what the fuck happened in those lives before I got there. I don't do that drama shit like that. But if you guys think your goal is to bring me down, I promise you it's not gonna work. I literally have 500-600 loyal people I talk to every fucking day. So if my lives go from 1,000 to 600 or 500, I'm still doing something good. So just like I said, guys, that was not necessary to throw out a video like that. The intention was pure in how we did it. My mod just literally said what she felt, and what she felt is that obviously if you're chef, that's my bully. Chef, that's my bully. Chef, that's my bully. That's my bully. That's my bully. Oh, that guy's bullying me too. That guy. Yo, what the fuck is going on here now? How can you have all these bullies? Clearly, you must be a part of the problem too. Valerie, she was trying to protect. Sorry, I don't even understand it. She was trying to protect what and who? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm lost here. Come up and explain yourself. Like, she was trying to protect what? It's not about what you protect. You already know this is a sensitive topic because you've been around this. You know the person that you're dealing with, listen, if I'm fucking advocating for a basketball player, I can't fully know what's up with baseball. I need to know that I'm going to have basketball players come around my fucking, or my community now. If you knew that, God bless this lady but she came from the fucking messy side of TikTok, just because you want to sign a petition for it, which is amazing, but clearly it's going to bring the messy side following. So I just don't understand. It's not about protecting. It was disrespectful. Her and I could have had a conversation and say, yo, this is what I really fucking felt. Not that you got to go make video on me. Talk about if my house is on fire and this and that and the third. Well, what? What? Come on, guys. This is nonsense shit, man.
That really got him to where he's at.
You said what? Courtney, do you know you're up here?
Tell about his fucking self. I really will, because shit's getting out of the motherfucking hand.
Courtney, do you know you're up here?
Yeah, I know he did not find her. But he's taking, excuse me, what?
Do you know you're up here?
Yeah.
Sorry, I hear you talking, but I can't, who are you talking with?
Didn't know. She did not know she was up here. I would have let her keep going.
I don't know.
Bye,
I don't know.
Courtney.
And this is not, yo. This is not. This live is not to fight. I'm not doing all that. I'm not trying to fight. I'm not trying to do all that. I'm just trying to address it and move on from it. That's all it is. But my intention was pure right from the jump. If it got into a conversation about me while we were on it, that's just because they made me speak on my stuff. It was never to take away from anybody else. Hey, what's up, Cody? Do you want to add something? Who's like Jessica? Like, just come up. Oh, that's you. I'm my bad. Brandy, where's Brandy? You have the big. Thank you, babe. Appreciate you guys. But like I said, man, I don't need my innocent moderators walking in fear now because they think something, that they worry for themselves. No, this is our intention is never like this. Our intention is to actually do right by the cases, talk on some shit, and get through our days. But you want to paint this a narrative on me to get what? To get people to not like me? Just remember why you came here in the first place. Exactly, Tiffany. Exactly. Fucking exactly. We signed the petition. Your mod did right, and at the end, yeah, exactly. Who wants to come up, guys? Sorry, man. Like, what's going on here? What's up, man? Oh, maybe they're just coming in by accident, but that's what's up, man. This is literally what Lucky Star. You're up here. Okay, try to come back. What's up, K Snaps?
What's up?
How much? Like I said, with no malintent, I just had to clear that air because I take that shit personal when you want to fucking make a video about me and paint this narrative like I didn't get called in there. I didn't get called in there on a good note to do right, and then it fucking blew up like I didn't even have to be there yesterday. But I chose to be there. I chose to give my voice and my platform. I'm sure I probably am responsible for at least a couple hundred signatures, based on my immediate team. And then you want to throw this dirt like we're trying to. Then you want to try to throw this dirt on me, and the whole world is messaging me some hate. Like, come on, guys. It's just not like that's never our intention. Our intention is to do true crime, raise our families, be loved by each other on this app, and just move forward. But you're messy like that lady be messy as hell right now, and now I'm figuring that out on the backside of shit. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm literally giving her the fame that she's craving. That's the other problem. Guys, there's nothing to recap. Someone is going around making a video about me, painting some bullshit on me, and that was never my intention. My intention was to stay pure, and now that lady wanted to flip it on me like she did. I mean, you know what? That's on her now. What's up, I am? How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, okay. So what's up? What's going
No,
on?
I'm all right. I'm good.
I did read the room.
You said what?
I did read the room.
You didn't read the room?
No. So I know what's going on.
What's going on then?
I don't know what they're talking about.
Do you know? Oh, you just want to conversate?
No, I know about Visa, yeah. I know what's going on a little bit.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
you t-
I mean,
but
honestly, to be honest with you, I know what was going on with her. It's a terrible, unfortunate situation.
yes.
I mean, I was asked if I could help with a possible petition to get away from to get an anti-bullying law put in place. That was my pure intention right from the beginning.
Only thing I
Unfortunately,
gotta say is
you said what?
only thing I gotta say is Visa loved to break BK. And BK could have kept her alive. That's it. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for coming up, though. I
That's it.
appreciate you.
That's it. That's it. I don't want she loved to work BK. That's it. And that's all. She loved him. She would have did anything for him.
Okay. Like I said, to be honestly, like I said, I at this time, I'm not even covering the Rizzy case, guys. I was asked to help with a petition. So what I'm doing right now is I am just speaking on a certain somebody
Well, I'm
that
just saying that.
thought it was okay to use us for getting the word out there, but at the same time shit on me 4 hours later.
But happy with the shit.
I'm sorry.
Happy with the shit. Happy with the shit. Happy with the shit.
I'm sorry, man. I am having a hard time understanding her. Yeah, no, it's unfortunate, but I'm just having a hard time understanding her. But
It sounded like she said I was playing with shit. That's what I got. It's
no, I think she said I be with the shit. Like I be with the shit, meaning that
oh,
she knows what's up. But
okay.
Can we just get back to true crime?
yeah, for sure, for sure. But like I said, that was literally what the whole thing was. So yeah, she was on a ship. So again, guys, that's the last time I'm speaking on that. That's dealt with. That's gone. We're gonna continue to do what we're due, but I promise you, I learned my lesson from being Mr. Nice Guy. What the hell happened there? Okay, anyways, how the fuck did these glasses come on? What the hell? What the hell?
Try to be cool here, Chef.
Be quiet, Anya.
Who invited Anya?
I don't know. I think she's lost.
Hi, Kali baby.
Hi, baby.
This cake is so freaking cute.
Well, fucking show us.
Do you think that this lawyer was squeezing out a fart?
It looks like it because like his eyes are closed.
Is what
It
it
tries
looks
to
like.
hold
Do
it
you think he
in.
was squeezing out a fart? What's up, Chiquita? ¿Cómo está mi hermana? It looks like he's trying to squeeze out a fart. I promise you. I swear.
Or he's trying to
I have
hold
to
it
ask
in.
Jasmine. You were standing behind him. Did it start smelling? Did it start smelling after this?
No, Chef. I was sitting right behind him, wasn't I?
She's looking at her lawyer like, excuse me, that stink. That stink. Am I getting out today? Am I gonna get out today? That stink.
Hola.
You didn't say hola. You said. Thank
Oh,
you for
that's
the
balloons.
balloons. So you guys, what do you think? Oh shit, that's what I wanted to touch on. Yo, the trial starts August 5th. I mean, January 5th.
Wait, for Sarah Grace Patrick?
Yeah, man.
January 5th?
Yeah, she had court last week. Can you look that up?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get my picture.
I don't know if a lot of people know about Sarah Grace Patrick.
Yeah, this is a great case, guys. I mean, great in the sense where like it's got wow to it for sure.
Are we ever going to finish the story on Rebecca? What? Yeah, but we're just waiting for court to happen. There's nothing really to cover right now.
Rebecca Hara goes to court January 21st.
Oh, I wasn't sure what Rebecca they were talking about.
I saw underneath that jukebox was asking about Rebecca Hara. So many Rebeccas that we're covering.
Sarah Grace Patrick is a 17-year-old who allegedly unalived her mother and stepfather in their bed by a
And that
pew.
one, I was
Oh,
like,
I remember this one.
And then she
Yeah.
reached out to people on TikTok that did true crime and asked them to cover the case to figure out who did it, and then she got arrested for it.
that name sounded familiar, but it needed a recap.
And that just happened like June. And she's already going to prison. She's already going to trial on January 5th. That's pretty crazy. It happened in June.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is so the young lady in the middle there, that's Sarah Grace Patrick. Most, if you guys don't know, that's Sarah Grace Patrick. And so she was 16 years old at the time. And she's just been charged recently for unaliving. The lady on the right is her actual bio mom, and that is the mom's boyfriend on the left, or husband, right?
Yeah, her stepfather.
Oh, I can only see two people. Oh, hold on, let me see. Is it messing up?
I see 3.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see 3.
Thank you, Piper Gets Gas. I appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate you. Yeah, we're definitely getting back to business, guys. We don't like that's literally like I said. I feel I had to get that
Wow,
off.
the chat only sees 2.
Okay,
That's
hold on,
crazy.
hold on. Yeah, I seen that. Hold on.
See
That's
3.
good. Lord Byron in the building.
Who's vaping?
That was Anya.
And I am, but I'm on.
Are you done already, Ash?
Yeah, I just got out.
You sound like you just got out of like
Yeah. What'd you get charged
sentence
with?
or something.
What'd you get charged with?
I'm on my way home. No.
Oh, you got an ankle monitor on now?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you guys see that now? You guys, put one in the chat if you guys see it as 3 people now. Still see 3. Yeah, okay, good. That's what I want to see is 3. Yes, okay. Sorry, guys. I apologize for that. But anyways, guys, so yeah, this is Sarah Grace Patrick. She's in the middle. She was 16 years old at the time of the unaliving of her mom, which is her bio mom on the right, and the mom's husband on the left. She was 16 years old. Her parents were found unalived by the 5-year-old daughter. And she has been charged with first-degree murder for both counts. It is in Georgia, if I remember right, Snaps?
Yes.
Yeah, it is in Georgia. And her trial is actually coming up. Soon. And it's just wild because the actual grandfather, like Case Snaps, I was watching it again earlier today, right? I was watching it again earlier today. And now, the grandfather is 100% saying, thank you guys, I appreciate it. The grandfather is 100% saying my granddaughter's innocent, like innocent. The authorities, as we know, obviously, they're saying they have a mountain of evidence. Like we watched all that.
And
I
that's
was
the
just wondering,
grandfather. I just want to clear that's the grandfather. That's her mother's father. So it's her
right,
paternal father,
right,
grandfather.
which makes it more. I mean, it kind of puts more of a spin to it, if you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, guys. So it's definitely an interesting case. I want to believe that she like my early investigation on this case when we first covered it. Her name is Sarah Grace Patrick. My early opinion on this when we first started covering it, guys, was that it was that for whatever reason, she's just a little rebellious teenager. We kind of see it all the time now with these, obviously with these young kids, right? But this one is extra crazy because although she's been charged with first degree murder on both people, guys, she literally came to TikTok. I promise you, came to TikTok. Actually, she's been around here. I haven't seen her in a bit, but True Crime Mama. She's been in our lives before. She actually spoke with her. Like she spoke with Sarah Grace. She spoke with Sarah Grace. She definitely, basically, yeah, it was wild. She did the eulogy. And she did, yeah. She did a eulogy. She did the eulogy at her mom's mom and stepdad's funeral service. So it was wild. And I think Snaps, if you could help me out because it's been a while, but I think she went like what about a month and a bit before she actually
Was
got
arrested.
arrested, right?
Yeah, I think it was like closer to like 2 or 3 months. Yeah. No, it was January that she did it. In June, she got arrested.
Right. Lisa, do you know you're up here?
No.
Your dog does. Sorry about that. You guys, I'm folding laundry. Can you guys let people up if need be? But yeah, can you look at? Yeah, go ahead.
So what's weird about the situation, if you don't know, is that they lived in this little tiny home here, which it's not a tiny home, but it's a small home. It's a ranch style home. And the father was on a heart machine, and she claims that she heard the heart machine going off, but she didn't hear the pewing. And they were like right there. And also she has her 5-year-old sister at the time had went in and found her parents unalived. I believe hold on, let me look. We haven't covered this in a while. Let me just make sure.
What was the question? Sorry.
When it happened and when she got arrested. I was just gonna confirm that.
Yeah. Ah, shit. Yeah, it was. You're freaking jinxing me now. You made fun of my folding snaps, and now I'm fucking folding like an idiot. So yeah, and that's another thing, Nayeli, is that they haven't recovered. If I remember correctly, they haven't even recovered the pew. So that's another thing. Like, I mean, like, I'm not trying to discredit a 16-year-old and this and that, but for me, it's like even for a 16-year-old to actually get disregard the firearm in a type of way. I mean, that in my opinion is that means that they need help. Like she must have gotten help. But what's up? What's up, everybody?
So it happened February 20th, and she got arrested July 8th.
Oh, so yeah, there's some time there. Let's see if I play this. Hold up.
XOX is asking if the stepdad was on a heart monitor. I just want to make sure I heard correctly.
Yeah, he was on like a plug-in, like he had a really bad heart. He was on like a plug-in machine at night. He had to plug the machine in. And she heard the machine, but she didn't hear them get pewed, which was really weird. Also, Jamie, who is the male, his sisters are on TikTok very loud and clear that they believe that Sarah Grace did this. But it's pretty crazy. We could probably even try to get her in here, honestly. I follow her on TikTok.
He had a son, correct?
Yes.
That his mother posted that he was like having nightmares and it was like really, really bad.
I'm gonna play this audio for you guys.
41 and 45 years old, the parents, the mother and the stepfather of this defendant, Sarah Grace Patrick, who's in court this morning, asking to be let out on a bond before her upcoming homicide trial. Now, we're early in the proceedings. If you haven't followed this case, she was just arrested in July. The homicides happened in February. Don't know if she was overlooked as a suspect or not. We just know that she was not immediately arrested. She was the one who placed the 911 call after her younger sister found her parents dead in their bed. It appears they were shot to death in their sleep. And investigators allege that this young lady was behind this and that she also went on social media to try to engineer the court of public opinion and gain sympathy for what had happened. Let's go back into the courtroom now. Her defense team is offering witnesses to support her getting out on bond. They have brought in a friend of hers, a 16-year-old. Let's watch.
And are you and Sarah friends? Yes, ma'am. And is Carrie your mom? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Now, I heard your mom say that you guys went to school together. Is that right? Yes, ma'am. At East Carolina? Yes, ma'am.
Oh, sorry guys, that's not the latest. Hold on, I thought it was the latest one. Hold on.
Sarah Grace Patrick, was active on social media, but it's really the tale of two different stories. I want to start by showing you some of the posts that she was doing before the murder of her mother and her stepfather. We begin on Instagram, and we take a look at this one with the caption, "Working on myself," the lips emoji. And this is one of those glamour shots, right? These are very, very common. Young men and young women posting them all the time. You get a lot of attention from it. You use some filters. You end up looking a little different, a little bit. And people perspective is like, well, she didn't do it, so there is no motive to even talk about it. Yeah. Well, what the problem
Hold on,
is,
I want you guys to hear the grandfather's interview. That's right. Yeah. Jen, do you know you're up here?
High stakes trials you don't want to miss. Coming soon, only on Court TV.
Are assuming her guilt, and she's innocent until proven guilty. And there are people that are assuming that she's guilty and making comments online that are totally uncalled for.
That's Sarah Grace Patrick's grandfather, who is the father of one of the victims in the case, Sarah's mom. That's Sarah's mom's dad, Sarah's grandpa. I want you to take a listen to Ashley Hulsey from the Carroll County Sheriff's Office talk about the evidence in this case. And Tony Bruschi was talking about, like, what do we know? What do we know? Here's what they have told the public about the evidence in the case against Sarah Patrick.
So I believe in the beginning of any case, everyone's a suspect. I think I told many of you that when we were on scene that day. However, as an investigation continues and everything ebbs and flows, like I said in my press release, mountains of evidence has gotten us through here today. Lots of processing, lots of working with our law enforcement partners to get us to where we are today that honed in on her as a suspect. Do you believe that tried to cover this up in any way over the course of these months. We've even seen videos on social media of somebody saying, I'm making this message on behalf of the daughter. Do you believe she tried to get people to cover up that? Considering that she didn't just immediately tell us what happened, yes. But who knows what's going on in a young person's mind like that. But she has been arrested and charged now, and we feel confident that she is responsible for their murders. But like I said, it is an open, ongoing investigation. It's very possible others are involved as well.
What was the key break in the case?
Just evidence, being able to go through evidence, being able to use private laboratories, being able to use GBI Crime Lab. When you're processing stuff, like I said, it doesn't come back in an hour. So we've been filtering through, and there's still evidence left to process.
You noted the digital evidence. I assume that's text messages, emails. Was there some type of a trail that led you that way?
There's always a lot of evidence. I won't go into exactly what it is because it is an open, ongoing investigation, but we have mountains of evidence. We don't know what goes through the mind of a child who wants to harm their parents. It is a very horrific and sad case.
Okay.
Why do communion?
So yeah, that's what's up. What's up, Justice? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. Long time. Hope everything's well. Well as can be, I guess.
Yeah, I was just wondering, in this case, did she actually give a confession?
No, she did not. No, she did not.
And there was a brother and a sister, right?
I don't know about the
If
baby. Was it
she
that
had a
little?
brother and sister, are you
I know there
asking?
was a little, yeah, I know there was a little sister. I think somebody mentioned a brother.
Yeah, it was so they had one child together. Sarah was hers, and then the boy was his.
Okay, I was just wondering if there, and I'm not trying to defend her, but there was a local case, like in the same area where I live, but he was 15 years old, shot his dad while he was sleeping, then he went back to sleep. They ended up prosecuting him, found him guilty on evidence, the 14-year-old, and sentenced him. But they ended up finding like abuse was there, and so I was wondering if any kind of CPS reports or anything like that existed, or do we know yet?
Don't believe that I've seen any of that. I know when I was looking into this previously, but I haven't looked at it since then.
Okay, that's just what I was wondering, just to see if, because I know that there's got to be a motive. You don't just wake up one day and just decide to do that. I mean, you have to has to be premeditated. That's insane.
So there is a past between, like you can see on their Facebooks if you look, Book of Faces. If you look,
Hmm.
there's like, so there used to be some rug activity. I think that they were clean and sober. They were living the church life. Sarah Grace was, want to say, like a typical teenager, like wanted to hang out with her boyfriend. I actually think that the boyfriend was questioned in this, the ex-boyfriend, or like the recently ex-boyfriend. But if you go back and look on the Book of Faces, like back in 2022, it was like she wouldn't even call her mom. So I know that they had changed recently since then. So I don't know if she just didn't like the changes that it was. I mean, there's really like no motive that has come out at all. They're all they have said literally is there's a mountain of evidence. And we watched the preliminary, we watched like every court hearing that has happened besides today. I didn't know today she was in court.
And with her being a juvenile, they're not going to release anything. Everything's going to be closed. It's going to be like it's going to be so hard to get anything from that case. Even if she is convicted, they're still going to be closed about it. That's
They are
sad.
they are charging her as an adult, so we did get to see the whole like
Okay.
preliminary hearing and everything. So it will be televised, I believe.
Okay. And her court date is January 5th.
Trial. Yeah.
Trial. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is super. I mean, she was arrested in
That's super
July, so I
fast.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what? I would expect it to be like maybe a year after she got arrested, but I was
At
like,
least a year.
January. Yeah. Yeah. Chef, can you add like who this is so that when people come in, they can know who we're talking about?
Yeah, I'm literally doing that right now. Thanks.
Oh, okay, perfect. This is Sarah Grace Patrick. Yeah, her
So, like 6 months out
yeah.
goes.
She was on TikTok asking influence like true crime creators to like cover this and try to figure out who unalived these two. So it was a really weird one. And then when she got arrested, everyone was like, "Wait, what?" She did plead guilty. Or not guilty, sorry, not guilty. Yeah, it was crazy, BK. It was like really insane. So, I don't know what court was about. So today was just like making sure everything was on track for trial.
She would have gone to court on a Sunday?
No, I was gonna say court wasn't today. No, court wasn't today. Court was I think it was last Tuesday.
Oh,
Jack, I
okay.
don't know if you're able to pull that up about court. I know you're probably busy, but I'm just trying to get this thing together here.
Hold on, I'm gonna go. Hold on, I'll look it up. Hold on.
But did you even speak, Kelly, on the fact how like the mother and daughter were like texting back and forth to each other, and it was you? Do you still have those or no?
Yeah, I do. They're pretty small, but I can try. Between you want to make me beg? Someone? A moderator, anyone?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, hold on. I'm
Sorry,
doing it
Kelly.
too. Oh.
I just didn't want to have to find the photo again. This is her mother. Yeah, this hurts me, but it's gonna hurt her more. Jaylee, please pray for us and our safety. Please let me know if you see James Brock so you can warn me. He trying to unalive me and has been to get the house and child. Man, wasted tears, now huge fears. So there.
And she muted. So while she's paused, I will just say court was just to like a readiness that they were ready to move forward with trial. They are ready, both the prosecutor and the defense. The only key caveat that they had was the defense is waiting for a report from a forensic psychologist that spoke to her back in December. But they should have that by Christmas, which is why I think they have the January 5th court date.
Did it mute me while I was looking for a photo?
It did.
Wow. So this is Kristen, her mother. This is back in 2021. Donnie, I'm coming to get you. Love you. I know you are so unhappy there. I hear you, and I'm doing everything I can to make it happen. I promise you that, son, your father can't beat you anymore. And so Sarah Grace Patrick said, Kristen, didn't call her mom, you are grown. You are a grown woman, and this is a child that you put through the dirt just to make yourself happy. Commenting on my posts and posting this is never going to make me want to go to your house again and shows how immature you are. Respectfully, grow up. The only one that beat us was the ex-stepdad you got with and had no time to realize it because you were out dealing. Daddy has never laid a hand on me, and you need to stop brainwashing Donnie, and it doesn't work anymore with me. And then Kristen replied, maybe you need to call me because we some therapy for something sad. This is the only way you talk to your mom. So there was like things in the past, but I couldn't find anything recent on the Facebook.
What the fuck?
And she's in custody.
Yeah, she's been arrested since July. Even the preliminary was weird though. Like they didn't show much. I feel like it was more like why she should get out waiting for her trial than it was like about evidence against her. We were waiting for something big to happen. We were like, what's going on right now?
We can file one of those
For you?
FOAs. Yeah. It does look like court TV. It looks like they do have some of the discovery from what they put on their website.
What's the discovery say?
It's a video. I didn't watch it, but it's like the video him going through the evidence.
Because I have the affidavit for the arrest, but that's all I mean, we also haven't covered this since July, so there probably is up to date stuff.
Yeah, this was released this month, just like a few days ago. It looks like.
Is it something that you can play?
I can't because I'm on my phone cooking dinner, but I can in
Okay.
a little bit.
Okay. Perfect.
Can you send it to me?
Hold on. See the whole page? They have an entire page of just this case on Court TV, and it has various different videos.
Go Ravens. Yeah, I mean, her grandfather thinks she's innocent. Jamie's sisters think that she's 100% guilty.
There's some groups on the Book of Faces, like the Sarah Grace Patrick case. Like there's supporters and there's some non-supporters, and they give some pretty interesting information about like the pastor thinks she's innocent, things like that. But it says that the mountain of evidence that they do have is mainly digital, primarily digital evidence. It lacks critical details like a recovered murder weapon or confirmed forensic links such as gunshot residue to directly tie her to the murders. And the absence of clear motive further muddies the waters. So that's what they're saying is being said. It's mostly digital evidence, like some TikTok posts, things like that. Um, and they're
If
saying,
that's
yeah,
if that's it, she's gonna get out, dude. I've seen
yeah,
the TikTok stuff that she's said, and it's not anything that would get her.
that's what they're saying. The quote mountains of evidence is, and then they're going back to the 2018 life that she, led, where they did the drugs and stuff in front of her and their sister, and the defense attorneys are leaning heavily on that, the life that they had back then and what she had to go through. So she might, even if she did it, you know, they might, she might not be convicted. Um, there's, they said they could point to alternative suspects with motives tied to debts or conflicts. Allegations of drug use by Kristen and James in front of children, which could point to alternative suspects and motives tied to debts or conflicts. Sarah's supporters, including her pastor and friends, describe her as a and church uh, kind and church going, and her lack of prior criminal history doesn't align with the profile of someone suddenly capable of double murder. So that was these are pretty interesting. Just different groups that have different opinions, and we talk a lot about the mountain of evidence and what they have. So they don't have mountain of evidence is not anything forensically tying her to it.
I think because like they didn't arrest her until July, so I don't even think they like swiped people's hands for it.
No, they
The
didn't.
residue. So that's I don't know. If it's only digital, unless that's, I thought maybe it was digital too, but I thought maybe it was like texting someone, or maybe that, because she
Right.
said that she was sleeping, but she heard the heart monitor, but she didn't hear the pew pew shots. So it's like, were you on your phone? Like, were you sleeping? I thought maybe there was like something
But it
in
doesn't
that.
take for phone records in an emergency situation. Like I guess it depends on the carrier. Like if it's AT&T, I know it doesn't take. You could get phone records overnight. Like it wouldn't take them months to see her phone usage. So that would be kind of weird for it to take that long. Just to pull, text or phone records in an emergency situation. Because at that point, if she did it, and they think that she did it, then she's obviously a risk to the community, and they need to get her, arrested. So I'm kind of wondering why it took them that long to arrest her, but that the amount of evidence that's digital apparently was enough. But all of these posts is kind of weird. Well, not all of them, probably 90% of them are posting that are anonymous for probably good reason. Um, that are posting these things. It's interesting though to see what all they have to say.
What's weird though is she turned herself in.
Well, after
Really?
they had the warrant. So they had the warrant. I'm assuming it was a peaceful, like, hey, we have a warrant out for your daughter. Either bring her in or we're coming to get you. Like,
So she
that's,
was with dad when she was she with her dad?
Her
I,
bio, no, so her bio. Hey, what's up, guys? But her bio dad actually encouraged her to go turn herself in.
Okay, that was my question. Was her, what was her
Yeah,
relationship
yeah,
with her
yeah.
bio dad? Because that's going to be just as like my dad's my best friend. Like I'm a daddy's girl. If I'm gonna confess to anything, or if I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna tell my dad. And I'm wondering if that's the relationship they have. If he could get anything out of her, or say, hey, what happened that day? Face the consequences, or whatever it is. Because if she did it, then if there was some sort of motive behind it, then it'd be interesting to know what it was. In the case where I live at, the literally the motive behind it supposedly was, the kid was grounded from driving his truck, and that's what set him over the edge. Um, and I guess in a 16-year-old's mind, that's enough. I have a 17-year-old girl, and I couldn't imagine. So that's wild.
so her father is saying she's innocent, last I knew. But it was,
Oh wow.
like I said, I don't think that it was like turn yourself in because you did it. I think it was
Right.
there's a
To
warrant
do
out for your
something.
arrest. You need to go to to get arrested. Like I
Do the
really,
right thing.
right. Like not even like, yeah, like if whether you did it or not, like you have a warrant out for your arrest. So you have to go in like
Right.
for
Like
that. So
be
he
peaceful.
claims innocence.
And then the grandpa on the mother's side claims innocence too.
The paternal grandfather thinks she's innocent as well.
That's interesting.
Keep in mind too.
Jamie, this
Sorry, go ahead.
Jamie's sister, the her stepfather's sisters definitely think that she did it. So I don't know. They were like, it'll all come
Is
out
that
in
better?
the trial. So much better.
Yeah. So, but the thing is too, if I remember correctly, because you're right, I got to go back to my notes, but I just saw that it was coming up. So I think too, what I just read recently is they're asking her they're even asking if she will be mentally stable to even go to trial.
Did an assessment on her, and they're just waiting for the forensic assessment to come back.
Yeah.
But they are ready to go to trial. Both the prosecution and the defense stated that that's what that court was.
And I'm not gonna lie, I remember this guy because I remember watching this live, and I think you guys were also with me. Yeah, and you remember we were like surprised. We're like, yo, she's gonna get fucking bail for sure. It's gonna be a crazy bail. But I think they denied her bail.
Oh wow.
Right? Didn't they deny her bill, or was it like a mil? Or one of
Correct.
the crazy?
Yes. They
Yeah,
had a
right.
whole hearing on it, and they had people come up and
Yeah,
say how they felt, and the little sister, because she has a 6-year-old little sister that found her mom and dad. So
And I don't, this is just a personal opinion. I would love to know the relationship between the two sisters because, like, the relationship I have with my sister, that's something like an older sister would never, if you had a relationship with your younger sister, you would never set them up to find that. Now, if something is like clinically wrong with her upstairs, like she's not all there, I could see that. But if you have a sibling and you care about that sibling, that little girl is traumatized for the rest of her life. Like you have to have something wrong with you to allow your sibling, your younger sibling, 6-year-old sibling that will remember it, to find your parents like that. And I'm not saying she can use this as, insanity plea or anything like that, but something has to be off up there if she set that up and knew that her little sister was going to be the one to find them.
But wasn't she also, if my mind sets me correct, wasn't she also like, I don't want to say running away, but like she was dating already. She was, because didn't her boyfriend get into some trouble?
her boyfriend was arrested shortly after, but it was for a different part. It
Yeah.
had nothing to do with it.
How old was her boyfriend?
I think 16 as well. But I think it was like, I want to say like, I don't know. Like if you look at her TikTok and like her videos, she just back. So she was 15 when it happened, or what? She was 16 when it happened, or 15 when she had when it
16.
happened.
16.
16 when it happened. But if you look back on like her TikToks, even when she was like 12, it was. I have a 12-year-old, and I'm like, oh, it's a little. I don't know.
Yeah, I have an 11-year-old, so I can understand that.
And I think too, adult, in those ages of her life, those years of her life, sorry, she was also like her parents were also like, unfortunately, they were under the substance, you know? So maybe she felt neglected. But am I crazy to think that at one point too, K Snaps, didn't didn't she want to go live with her dad?
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't remember that relationship much, whether he was like there for her or like I know that there are pictures of them together. So,
I wonder what that visitation schedule was like. Like if it was
right.
a court ordered visitation, like in the divorce, if the mom allowed her, or if she was one of those moms that just completely, I'll get with another guy and cut off dad, and dad has nothing to do with kids, because I mean, that'll mess up a kid in a heartbeat. You don't keep kids from their biological parents.
I know that there was a lot of oh, Gloria. I know there was a lot of term like I said, when I looked up the book of faces of these two when she first got arrested, I was like, wow, there was a lot of turmoil back in 21, 22. But recently I hadn't seen anything.
That was right after COVID too. So imagine being locked in. So you're locked in with this family that you obviously don't get along with. You're not in school, and then 21, 22 is even more turmoil. So you have to factor that in too.
Well, and also I think they were doing rugs back then. I don't
So
think
that's
that they
even
were
worse.
very yeah, so but like I said, I didn't see anything that was like really that stuck out of me to me recently to where like it would be a motive now. Or
Right.
maybe it just never maybe the relationship just never repaired itself as well. Like that happens in relationships sometimes when
I will say
a
it's crazy for
parent.
me to believe. I will say though, like I'm having a hard time believing she was actually the one who pulled the trigger, and I mean that like
Right.
in a crazy.
Yeah.
I don't. I
Same.
just. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, but again, crazier things that happen. I don't know if how deeply she was influenced. Was she saying? What did she know? She could never ever be with her boyfriend because her mom was big on that, and the only other way way she could be with her boyfriend is unfortunately do something crazy like that. You know what I mean? Because when you're
Right.
thinking, you're young, you're not fucking thinking like like you are. I was. I know. I mean, I never thought like that. But I'm saying, when I was significantly younger, it's just like all of us, right? We're not thinking the way we're thinking today. If that makes any sense. So
Yeah. You're not thinking of the future.
Right. But I just if you guys could just give us me 1 second. Hi, Roseberry. Do you know you're up here?
They know they're up
Roseberry, if
here.
you know you're up here, you're on mute right now, love. You guys mind dropping her?
Got you. The weird thing is the fact that they've never found the item, if you catch my
Right.
drift. That's
Yeah.
so weird. That does make me feel like either she was really like planning this or there was someone else there.
Right, exactly.
I
Because
don't
a
know. Yeah.
16-year-old, a 16-year-old girl, I would like to know like her performance in school, like how is she academically? Like is she
I think she
like O
graduated
level?
early, didn't she?
So she's incredibly, she could be
Well, I
incredibly
don't
smart.
don't take that for a whole 100%.
Yeah,
I just because
I would
this
love to
is we're
know.
getting a refresher. This happened in like
Yeah.
we haven't
Right.
covered this since July, so
I would love
Yeah.
to
No weapon
know.
was found. That's for sure, though. I know that part.
I'm
Schmurder's right
pretty
about
sure
that.
she graduated. Or was headed to graduating early. I want to say. Let me
Yeah.
grab my other device and kind of look this up.
Like
Hold
maybe her
on.
behaviors at school, was there any kind of issues with, friends of her own age, or I don't know, teachers, you spend more time in the classroom with your teachers than you do at home with your family. So they sometimes they can go and tell you more about a kid than their own family can. So that would be interesting to know, to get inside of a kid's head.
I do remember just like being like there was like no, I don't know, the motive is I don't know, it just this one was it threw me for a loop for sure.
I have a quick question. In that text message, when she was texting with her mom, she said, your ex boyfriend or ex stepdad. And this was a new guy that the mom was with that she murdered.
Yeah, I don't know because I thought they had been. I mean, the daughter's 6 now, so they would have been together back then.
Right. That I just didn't understand that part of it.
Hi, Nanny. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Are you
Good.
familiar with? Go ahead.
I'm I just wanted to say something else. I was in the live last night when all that crap happened, and people are trying to bring it back up tonight about saying what one of the people that was on the panel is saying in other chats right now. And I
Okay.
just want to say we don't give a shit. That happened last night, and that's not what this platform is about. So we don't care what other people are saying. We're focused on this stuff that we do.
Amen. Amen. And that's why I literally let you say that because I've been following what you even your comment on on that post, and I appreciate you. And it's for people like you, Nanny, that we really do what we do. You know what I mean? Um,
Right,
and I
right,
appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. But the thing is, we really we're not really about the whole side. If they feel they need to build their platforms on that type of stuff, they can do what they want. We're listen. We had a blimp in the system, and you know what? We're right back to where we are. So thank you. I appreciate
right.
you. And
Okay.
I appreciate your continued support between myself, K Snaps, Schmurder by Nature, and everyone else on the panel. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. You can drop me. I love you guys.
Right. Kathy, honestly, babe, I don't want to talk about that. Seriously. If you want to come up and talk on the case, thank you. I don't really care about what 8K 46, 47, 48 want to say about me. I'm not doing all that. I said what I had to say. I'm over it. But thank you though.
Okay, you can drop me, please.
Okay, you can stay up if you want. I mean, no one's
Well,
requesting.
I don't want to take a spot.
Okay, hon. Thank you very much, and thank you for your continued support. She's so cute.
I think she knows about the case, is what everyone's saying.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. No, but I mean, yeah. Sorry. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. Kathy, please come up. Please. I thought you were saying about last night, and I'm sorry. I apologize greatly. Please come up, though. Kathy, where are you?
But too, you might have to approve her.
Kathy, I'm so sorry. I did not mean that. I thought it was about just the drama stuff, but I
I live
apologize.
I
Thank
live
you.
20 miles from I live 20 miles from where this happened.
Yeah, I think you were up here when we covered it back in July. I remember your voice.
She goes to court in January.
Correct. Yes. So, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts, you really don't want to know. She
Oh, I
had
really.
some,
If I didn't want to know,
in
I
my
wouldn't ask you.
opinion, in my
Oh shit, she's
opinion,
breaking up.
the
Kathy, I'm
door,
sorry. Is it? I mean, you guys,
that
she's
door,
choppy, right?
the door was unlocked.
Sorry, Kathy, you're breaking up there.
The back door was unlocked. And to me, there was another person that was involved in this.
Yeah, it's very possible. I mean, how the authorities would have missed that, but I mean, that's also possible too. So what's the talk around town then?
There's a lot more. There is a lot more going on with this case than it's being put out.
Okay.
And that they are not going to disclose no information till the case is over.
You don't think they're going to expose it during trial?
I don't think so because time when it happened, she was only 16 years old.
But she's being charged as an adult,
And after, yes, she is. And after it was done, she went to Florida and lived a high life and didn't even think about it.
you know what? I do remember that. And her dad told her to come back, right?
Her dad's the one that took her to the cops.
Right. Yeah. So who do you possibly think, Kathy, that other person could be? And we're on, we're not involved. We're allowed to give our opinion.
The boyfriend.
Yeah, you see, that's my mind goes there too for some reason. As crazy as it sounds, my mind goes there.
Because I'm fixing to answer the monster's question. No, there is no water around where they live. You have to go exactly 20 to 30 miles to West Point Lake. And that, I mean, I can
Kathy,
even.
it's correct too that they didn't recover the pew, right?
Nope. That's why I said there's somebody else involved.
Yeah, I agree. And for that purpose, I definitely agree. I definitely agree because I mean, if not, then good on her. Good on her to be able to, and like I said, I'm saying this in the most respectful way, but good on her to be able to get rid of it at that age. And that is some what's that word? Critical thinking that she was able to jump on. Yeah, the septic
Well,
tank. But I think they would have checked the septic tank.
no, they searched that whole property.
Right.
The house has been sold now.
Oh, okay. Now it doesn't matter, but was the house sold? Was the house sold based on it being a rental, or was it because they owned it?
It was, I can't remember, but I just know it was sold. That this case has covered Channel 5, Channel 2, Channel 11 ever since it's happened.
It was a rental. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. If it was a rental, then it makes more sense. I mean, it makes sense, but also it kind of takes away my other theory of possible motive, right? Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe, maybe, maybe they thought there was some funds involved.
but she was sick. I have friends that was friends with her mom and stepdad.
Okay. What are they thinking?
Same thing I am.
Uh huh. Are you guys close enough to know? Because if I'm not mistaken, that's kind of a pretty rural neighborhood too, correct?
Yes. It's like, okay, I'm going to try to explain the best I can. Where that happened and where I live,
Uh huh.
most of all of Carrollton, except for the big part of Carrollton, is country. And then kind of in the boondocks.
Right, right.
But what is in everybody's mind is stepdaddy was on a heart monitor, a
Right.
heart machine. That machine went off when she done, supposedly when she done it, and then she turned around and went back to bed, and then her 5-year-old sister found them the next morning.
But that, I mean, that's got to leave some sort of suspicion, no?
Mm-hmm. But her aunt's always on. Her aunt is always on talking about it on TikTok.
I'm gonna get her aunt in here.
Her, well, I don't know if it's her aunt. It's her aunt by blood. It's her stepdad's family.
Starliner, do you know you're up here?
But if you watch TikTok, you'll see all the
Yeah, I
updates.
mean, I've been following this case from when she got arrested. It just, it was, we knew she got denied bail, and then we kind of got away from it. But I just got an alert today actually that her trial is starting. I think January 5th. They said.
Yes,
January 5th.
Yeah, pretty fast though, don't you
but
think?
it was, huh?
I'm saying pretty fast trial, right?
No, not really,
Trial
because
is pretty fast.
it kind of is, but kind of ain't. Because of the fact that this happened, this about, I can't remember the exact date it happened, but they're keeping a lot of stuff hush hush right now
Right. I mean,
because
it's
there
good,
was,
right? If they do that, at least they get a better trial.
yeah, and see, here in Georgia, they don't really play with stuff like that.
Hi, thank you for allowing me up. I just was scrolling by and I saw, I'm not familiar with this particular case, um, but what I can see just by the photo alone is that's a child. And so, whatever adults are around her, I believe are responsible for her decisions up until a certain point of maturity, right? And so if you have parents that, like, no child is born bad, none of them, right? It's all about how they're raised. It's about what they're taught. And I don't know the specifics of this case particularly. Like I said, I don't. But what I do know is that's a baby girl, and she's gonna lose the rest of her life. Never have a husband, never have a family, never have anything. And I'm sorry, but it's the parents' fault. It's the parents' fault. I don't even know the stories.
No, I disagree with you, Passion. I disagree with you. Now
Okay.
I live 20 miles from this where this happened.
So can you give me more background? Because I really don't know the story, so I can't make it like an informed like decision. I'm just going off the picture, and what I see are two adults with a child in the middle, and the child's arrested. So that to me just seems off. So if you can explain that to me, I would really appreciate it.
Okay, I'm going to explain it the best I can, that the way the news has explained it. Mama and daddy, mama and stepdaddy, they turned their life around and they became very big church goers. They got stricter on their kids. She did not like that. So
And what age was she when that happened?
16 years old.
Oh, so they already done messed up for 16 years and then expected her to change when they found the church? I'm just asking. I'm not
There's
trying
a
to be
lot
disrespectful. I'm
that
trying to learn. I'm
there's a
trying to
lot
learn.
more background to it. There's a lot more background to it. You would have to literally hear the news stories, watch TikTok about it, and you will know exactly what's going on. Because I'm not going to take up for this young girl. I'm not going to say she did not do it. I'm not going to say she did. Because there's a lot of speculations going on with this. And it's just a devastating thing that her baby sister had to walk in and find her daddy and her mother like that. That's all I'm going to say, because this 5-year-old girl's got to live with this the rest of her life.
It's not fair. None of it's fair. None of it's fair. It's not fair that that little girl had to deal with 16 years of bullshit before her parents found something better to live by.
Daniel, I'm not going to do that because that's not my place to do. If you want to know more about it, look up her name and read about it, because I'm not getting myself in trouble. I am not going to speculate nothing. I'm not going to tell the diamond about her parents, because it's still in trial. I will not say nothing about that.
I respect that. So, if we're speaking hypothetically, not in regards to this, but do you believe that when a child who doesn't know right from wrong does something wrong, that it should be on the parents at that point?
Not in this case. I'm not saying nothing about that on this case.
No, I'm just speaking hypothetical. Just not this, not just hypothetical.
I'm not. I know Chief and mine understands where I'm coming from. I watch this all the time on my TV about this case. I'm not putting myself out there. I'm not going to hypothetically say yes. I'm not going to do that, because I can get in trouble. I live 20 miles from that place, and I'm not going to say.
And also, I do agree that a 16-year-old knows the difference between right and wrong. I'm not going to say that, right? That's absurd. She's not 5. She, like, you know what I mean? So, but it just makes me question and wonder what that little girl had to go through to get to that point to act that way. Just makes me question. That's all.
Well, I can tell you, Mama and Stepdaddy was very protective of them two girls. Am I wrong, Chief, for not saying all
No,
that?
you're fine. You're fine. I mean, I respect the fact that you don't want to talk on it for sure. I mean, if you feel a type of way about it, sure, you want to give it a fair trial. Absolutely. I 100% respect that. We're here. We've been following the case. We are a true crime page, and we're just kind of brainstorming. What the possible motive would be. I mean, the authorities keep coming out and saying that she's 100%. They got a mountain of evidence. I mean, I will say, and again, I'm not sticking up for anybody, but they also said they had a mountain of evidence on P. Diddy to get him for a bunch of different stuff. And as you know, the biggest charges he got were also dropped. So, and I know there's money involved and I get all that, but I'm just saying a lot of times, being in the true crime, and looking up a lot of different cases, you really got to do your own investigation and then just kind of go with what evidence is brought to us. Thank you for the roses, guys. Where is this? It's in Georgia, attorney.
Believe
This
me,
is go ahead.
If I can make a
believe me,
comment on what
everybody.
you just said,
Hold on one
Hove.
second, guys. One at a time, please. Go ahead. Passion, go ahead.
If I can make a comment on what you just said, I just want to notice that the documentary was produced by 50 Cent, who's the pettiest mofo on the planet.
Oh, you're talking about the Diddy? Yeah.
Oh, 50, you kill me, bro. Like, I laugh so hard. Produced by 50 Cent. Oh,
Passion, we like you
no.
already, man.
I almost
This
fell off
has
the chair. Produced
this,
by 50.
this has
I almost fell off the chair. I didn't even need to watch the shit. I knew it was gonna be petty as fuck, as f. I'm sorry, but as f.
Hey, but you can't call him
this
stupid though,
has
right?
devastated
Oh no, you're just the best. Oh my god.
But yeah, let's just get back to topic. Sorry, Kathy, go ahead.
this has devastated Carrollton and the surrounding areas. They
Oh,
don't know
I
what to
imagine, yeah.
believe right now. They don't know what to believe right now. They don't know what the outcome's going to be. They don't. We don't even understand it. And I mean, you really cannot get into a mind of a 16-year-old. I have raised two girls. You cannot read their mind. You cannot understand what's in a 16-year-old's mind.
Right. No, you cannot. To be honest, you definitely can't. And honestly, that the motive, man, like the whole motive thing for me is it had to have been, in my opinion, the motive definitely had to have been driven by. I mean, that's crazy that someone would like. Why would she do that? Why would she feel like she would have to unalive her mom? And I just don't get it. I mean, is there, I get it. 16, 17,
We
they
we
want
really
to be the
don't
boss.
understand the motive.
So
You
I
We
said
have
don't
what?
another
understand the motive.
I have another question because, like I said, I'm Canadian, so I don't know about this case. So I'm generally trying to learn. Was there a male outside influence in this young lady's life?
We're not sure
Um,
about that.
I mean, there wasn't a male influence, but obviously she was at her age, she was already dating. And I'm not gonna judge anyone, but if you go and even look at like a lot of the posts, if you do your research on this case, you'll know like she's just honestly at this point, she is just a young lady, young woman, very young woman, and she wants to feel beautiful. She wants to probably feel validated. And maybe she felt a type of way how she wasn't feeling that way. And to be honest, I just think that obviously the peer pressure was peering,
Yeah.
you know.
That sucks. I'm so sorry. I'm
I'm just
so
saying
sorry.
for her to have the support, and this is what I like again, and it doesn't necessarily mean that she's guilty either. But I'm saying for her to have the support, for her to be able to actually, like still get denied bond, get these charges are heavy. I would say I would definitely lean towards they probably got pretty good evidence. And I mean, yeah, the electronic footprint is, it's a hit and miss for sure, because then now you got to prove how do we really know who did it and when did they do it?
Well,
Was it
her
actually?
face wouldn't be out there unless they had proof. Like they wouldn't put a minor's face out there.
You'd be surprised.
I mean,
You'd be
they
surprised.
shouldn't. Okay, I'll
Yeah,
correct
you'd be
myself. They
surprised. You'd be
shouldn't.
surprised, right?
They should not.
All I'm going to
They
say
shouldn't.
is, all I'm going to say is, state of Georgia is a lot tougher on cases like that than you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've heard that also. But let's get attorney up here if you can. Attorney, if you can come up. What's up, Kristen? True crime. If you wanna, I'm not sure if you know about this case. If you want to come up too, but
Got me for a little bit. I gotta do something.
sure. Thank you. Hey,
Yeah,
what's
she's
up,
being
Kristen?
tried as an adult.
Yeah, she's being tried as an adult. Correct.
And somebody asked earlier, wouldn't the heart machine go off and notify 911? Yes, that's how they found out about it.
Right. Hey, what's up, Kristen? What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Guys, like, please, I'm not going to entertain AK no more. We're done with that. Like, just like, please, it's done.
But yes, this case has turned into a real bad case. Like I said, I have been following it since it came over my TV the day of them finding the parents. I stay on top of it.
What's up? What's up, Chris? Do you know about this case?
I do. Yeah. I
What are your
am
thoughts? It's
following it.
wild, huh?
It is wild. And I have mixed thoughts about it. You know, I think I agree in one regard that you are a product of your environment. So, I will always say that. Having said that, like I said in the comment section, it look, my kids and I are very, very close. So I'm lucky, right? In that regard. Having said that, like, they're going to agree to disagree with me, but I don't expect them to unalive me for it either. Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the wild thing to me. That's what I can't wrap around my head is I just could never imagine, even in the moments that I was so mad at my parents as a teenager, right? Like there's gotta be something else that was underlying there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to the root of. Was it parental abuse? Was it an outside male source? Was it an older boyfriend? What was it? Because
nobody knows.
It's not every day, right? It's not every day something like this happens. So what is the key that made her flip like that? Or you can't tell me she was born like that. No little baby in arms has those thoughts. Like, I'm sorry, it's nature versus nurture, but it's
But you also, just to play devil's advocate here, because that's what I do. So again, just to play devil's advocate here too, of course, there's some of the best parents raising kids regardless, and they still turn out that way, right? And it does go both ways.
Of course.
Obviously, there were struggles in that
let her
home.
finish, please. Let her finish.
I was just going to say there's obviously struggles in that home, and they tried to turn their life around, and I commend them for that, right? What was wild to me, Chef, and I don't know if you saw this, is when she went in for her, I think it was the pretrial examination, when they did the direct and cross-examination of the pastor from the church and how he defended her so much. I was like, wow, like that shocked me, to be completely honest. That shocked me was how he came to her defense so much. And then he's been writing back and forth to her while she's been in jail. And, she's talking about how great of a person she is. And that's just odd to me. It's like, but she unalived her parents.
Is this a pastor to the whole family?
Pastor at the church that they went to.
They
Yes.
all went to, like, not just like her. They all
The whole
went.
family went there. Yeah.
And Kristen, let's not forget that her. So Christina. No, Kristen actually. Kristen is Kristen's actual father thinks his granddaughter's innocent.
That's even more wild. Like
Yeah.
this whole case is just bizarre. It's just very,
Yeah.
very bizarre. And then what's even more bizarre is her after again, look, we're innocent until proven guilty, right? Having said that, she with all the mounds of evidence they allegedly have on her, she brought this whole case to TikTok.
Dude, she did a eulogy. Like it's wild.
But
It's wild.
she literally, who was the creator that she came to?
I forget her name, but I used to follow her too when I first got into true crime. And then I know there was TikTok Mama. I think it was TikTok Mama was one of them.
Yeah,
or True Crime Mama. Excuse me, True Crime Mama.
Yeah, Sally, I know for sure because I'm friends with Sally.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know that for a fact because I know that for a fact. She even messaged. She's like, "Girl, this is bizarre. You need to come over here and listen to this shit." But hold on, I have her whole case file. I have all the videos. I have every single video downloaded of her being on the platform, like literally saying here it is right here. It was who was it?
She also went to Mama Tot.
Maybe
Mama
that's
Tot,
who I'm
yes.
thinking of.
You just said in the comments that the grandparents bailed her out, and now is that the maternal or paternal?
I said in the comments. Sorry, I haven't typed in the comments.
Sorry, someone, maybe not you. It says your name beside it. I think it's one of your fans, followers, friends.
Oh.
Yeah, somebody said in the comments that the grandparents actually was the one who bailed her out. So
Allegedly, reportedly. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. That's who it was, who she went on. Allegedly, reportedly. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Allegedly reported, correct. But no, she actually didn't get out on bail. She's never been out on bail.
Okay, I'm just reading the comments. Yeah. I'm trying to understand better what's happening. No. Yeah, okay.
She had a crazy, her bail was pretty crazy, obviously, but no, she didn't get out on bail. And but like, there's an interview. TikTok is not as friendly as they used to be, or else I would play it. Let me see. I can play the actual audio of it to give you guys an idea, but hold on, let me just see. But yeah, there's definitely audio of it, and there's a whole interview. You guys can actually look it up. I used to do it, but TikTok is just so fucking ass right now.
Don't get yourself in trouble.
No.
Oh my goodness. I play on my lives, I play a game called Wordscapes. It's like one of the allowed games like on TikTok. Like you can it's like a search a word kind of game. And they gave me trouble for like gamble, GAMBL.
Yeah, we can't use that word around here.
No, I know. I can't even use that word. And I was like, but it's words games. So I appealed it. They let me back right away. But you have to be so careful.
Look, that's messing up the comments. Hold on a second.
Everything.
Let me see if I can find it now. 1 second. Lee, do you know you're up here? Hi, Lee.
Comments are saying flight risk. That's why. Yeah, makes sense. She must have family outside the country or something.
Possibly. Eddie, what's up? Not much. You remember this case from when we first covered it?
Briefly, yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm just finding the interview here. 1 second. I need to read up more about on this case. Yeah, Justice. This is it's just like I said, it's pretty sad. I mean, obviously, and the dad was really, really in bad shape, with his heart. Not that it makes a difference, obviously, but the dad was in bad shape with his heart. Like he was, I think, I think he may have even have been on a list for a transplant, to be honest. But yeah, Kristen, do you know that the trial is coming up on January 5th now? What's that? Is that her? You're on mute. I can't hear you.
So this was a text message she sent from her real dad's cell phone. And she said, I love you. It's Sarah. I don't know what's going to happen, but just know I've told the truth the whole time and this will get figured out. And then someone ended up saying Sarah ? And then the dad messaged them back and said, she texted you from my phone, her dad. They said, oh, is she okay? And they said they've arrested her for her mother's unaliving. And then they were like, oh my gosh. And I have like a bunch of these text messages. And she lived in like a nice home too. Like, that was another question that a lot of people were bringing up was like, did she live in like a crappy home? Like all the interior pictures that we got of the house, like she had her own space. She had, you know what I mean? This is like the whole case file, everything that I had up to that date. I'm sure there's more now because I went down the rabbit hole of other cases and kind of dropped off. But like she had like her own room, like everything was like super, like, you know what I mean? Like that's what's crazy to me is it's not like she had a bad life. I mean, from the outside looking in, obviously, we don't know what happens behind closed doors, so I can't say that for sure.
I just wanted to add that we don't know what happened behind closed doors. We have no idea. Like especially me, we have no idea. We have no clue. We don't know. We weren't there. So we can speculate. I mean, we can hypothetical, but at the end of the day, there's something that went wrong, right? And we don't know what it is yet, but I'm sure it'll come to light eventually. The truth always comes to light.
You know what though? Honestly though, this is like, we can talk about obviously like the Winter Wagner. Obviously she's not a murderer, so I'm not going to put her in that category. But what I say is exactly like you said earlier, and I'm going to say again, like a lot of times this is like, what were their surroundings? It doesn't necessarily even have to be your parents at times, right? It could be the actual friends from school and this and that. Like, and this could have been just this could have been a middle of a beginning of a grooming situation. It could have been literally like, they started a grooming, she started getting groomed by someone. And I think their one of their ulterior motives was to, if she eliminates her parents, then maybe I can have her to myself. I mean, what would her motive be? So that's where I'm kind of stuck. What would her motive be? Okay, she would fight with her. She would fight with her mom from time to time. Probably like, I mean, most young women and my wife is fighting with my twin boys right now. They're 14 years old and they want to go to their girlfriend's house and they want to do this, and it's like it's always an argument of some sort, right? So I can imagine like certain arguments are pretty normal. But then when you get to the point where it's like to that extent, I don't know, man. And again, I'm not even doing that because I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to victim shame. And that's just not what I want. But I mean, God forbid. And I say this like in the most craziest, like, honest way. I hope there was no rebellion, retaliation from what someone did to her, right? Maybe I hope to God she never did that, right?
There was another message. Let me put this up too, just so you guys know where I'm getting this info from here. So there was another message by someone that said this guy, and again, this is all stuff that was on like social media platforms and stuff about her. So this is allegedly, guys. Again, this is just things that people, if we're talking about like hypothetically what potentially could have happened. Again, I just don't want to mix facts with hypotheticals here. But this guy, Chip, he said, James was my cousin and Sarah worked for me last summer. She was 15 dating a man in his mid 20s that they didn't approve of at the time. I have heard he had certain ties, but I don't know. She had already been kicked out of school. Also, I believe another person or two will be arrested as well. So that could have possibly had something to do with it too. If she was trying to date someone older and they were like, no, absolutely not. You know what I mean? but there was a lot of stuff under her, like these videos. We took screenshots of the different conversations that were being had by individuals that she either worked with or knew. And again, this was when this all first happened. So a lot could have transpired since then, but that was the
And not for
conversations that
nothing,
were.
Kristen. You also remember there, like it was on the Book of Faces, and I think might have been some other social platform. But remember, like the back and forth with her mom, right?
Mhm.
At a point, she didn't even refer to her mom as mom; like she would call her by her first name, and
Yep, called her
um,
Kristen. Yep.
yeah. So I mean, and again, that's certain behavior that like I don't think that's outrageous behavior. I'm just saying like, and again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think for them to talk on having mountains of evidence mountains of evidence, that's a pretty bold statement. You know what I mean? So, but I guess we're just
Right.
gonna have to. I
Yeah,
found that interview. I'm
we
just
gotta
gonna play.
see.
They
Sorry,
would
one second.
act on it if they had mountains. There wouldn't even be a discussion.
I mean, but there always will be because you're innocent until proven guilty. But
Yeah, I understand,
I
but
mean, she's pleading not guilty, so as long as she's pleading not guilty, she gets a fair trial. And so doesn't they have the burden? They have to bring all of those mountains of evidence that they claim that they have, and the jury has to
and
still
they
convict
have to
her.
prove mental stability as well. They have to prove that she wasn't taken advantage of or etc. by anyone, her parent, her anyone, a man, anyone, her sister or
Well, that
anyone.
doesn't necessarily prove guilt. I mean, that can be an affirmative defense that the defense can raise on her behalf, is that there might have
That's
been,
what I mean.
but that
It is
doesn't take away just because you
it
were
might get
great
her like
doesn't.
psychological help
okay,
as
passion.
opposed
We can't keep
to.
interrupting when others are talking, please. Let them
Oh,
just finish their.
never.
Yeah. Let them just
Never,
finish their
never.
land their plane, and then we can go.
No,
You're
no,
fine though.
just
You're
let
fine.
it go.
Thank you.
No, it's fine. I was just saying we just got to remember that they're innocent until proven guilty, and regardless, they can raise that affirmative defense of, hey, she was raped, but irregardless, that doesn't change the elements that have to be proven for the crime that she's being charged with. And as long as they can prove that, even if she was raped or something along those lines happened, she still gets convicted. So that's not, now mental instability is a completely different argument. That's whether or not she's capable of standing trial. But they do that in the beginning. And the fact that this has gone on that long, she's going to pass that mental examination because she went online afterwards and, basically said, hey, this happened and I'm super upset, basically try to deflect. So whether it was her or wasn't her, they're going to use that to try to prove mental stability, that she was stable enough to then go on the internet and explain the horrific, issue in and of itself.
Absolutely. Let me just. Man.
If I may, I have a real world story. So there was a teenager, a female, and she was in love with this boy, a couple years older. Now this was many years ago. Okay, and the parents of the young lady said you're not allowed to see this older boy, like period. And so they decided to come up with a scheme to get rid of the parents, the family, the little sister, so they could be together, right? And so that story actually ended up in a police chase in Toronto, um, where the person was unalived, a cop was unalived, and there was a map of the family's home with X's on the bedroom of like who was to be like taken out, who was not, and the girl in question was the exact same age, and that's why I joined this live because that was my sister.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Hold on a sec. What do you? Okay, you can tell me in private what story that is.
yeah, mm,
I will say I'm from Toronto.
yeah.
You said, oh shit.
I will say I'm
I
from
didn't say,
Toronto.
I didn't think that was going to end like that at all.
No, I'm just saying I'm from Toronto.
I
So I mean that I probably
yeah,
know about it. I promise you. Like
yeah.
I said, I
It was on Kipling.
Okay, you
they got him.
don't get too much because people are just
Yeah,
dying of docs right now. But what I will say though is like this is kind of why I moved to like the American side because like our crime, like, and again, like it's a great thing, but I mean we definitely have crime, but like the crime in America is just more like I don't know. It's more. I hate even to say this as a true crime
different,
junkie though, but it's more
different,
interesting. It's more interesting.
different.
I mean, is
Yeah.
that crazy to say? But
No, no, but that's why when I saw the picture of the young lady, I was just like, "Oh my god, this is like hypothetically someone's family, maybe mine. Who knows, right?"
hmm
So I just had to join because like I still don't understand what happened. I was 1 years old, like if it happened, right? So yeah,
Yeah, I just want to, and we can definitely listen. We can definitely talk on that, on that, you know, because I'd love to know more about that. But I want to just play this because people are asking. I want to just play this interview. This is the actual So this is Kristen Brock's dad talking on Sarah Grace. And again, guys, I'm not. I'm really on the fence right here. I really don't. My mind hasn't really been made up, to be honest, and as to what direction I'm going right now. But I just want to play this so you guys get some context.
To be with us, I can't imagine what you and your family are going through. First question: what was your reaction to Sarah's arrest this week?
Well, I'm very surprised. I mean, I've been talking to the detectives since it happened. I have no indication that they were looking at Sarah as a suspect, no less any evidence that said she did it. So I was shocked.
Do you believe she's the one who did this?
Hey, homeowners in Simcoe County, everything you thought about your home's value might be wrong, and here's why. If you bought before 2009...
No, I think, to sum it up, really, the detectives, the best they could tell me was the evidence says that she's the only one who could possibly have done it. That says to me that there's no real evidence that says she did do it.
We hear that there's a mountain of evidence, but they haven't really said, but their term was mountain of evidence. What did they tell you beyond just she's the only one who possibly could have done it? What did they share with you about why they believe she's the one who is responsible for this?
Well, they never did share anything that said she was responsible, other than the fact that she's the only one, the evidence says she's the only one who could possibly have done it. Of course, they haven't revealed any of the evidence because it's an ongoing investigation, and I understand that. But I know they were pressured to make an arrest, and I think this might have been premature. I don't think they needed to wait till the investigation was over. Sarah certainly wasn't going anywhere, but you know, she's taking it very hard. She swears by her innocence.
Have you spoken with her since her arrest?
Yes, she called me from the jail the day after, of course, pleading for me to help her get out, and she was just very upset, saying, "Please help me." And there's not much I can do at this point. I don't know what else to say. I mean, she's always been a good kid. I've always liked Sarah. She was always very friendly, and she never really asked for anything. She was a very, to me, she was just an ideal child. She had just graduated from high school. She was very proud of that. She was working 2 jobs. She was doing very well, and I don't understand what could have ever, if she did do this, what triggered it.
If you, during that phone call, asked her if she had done it, what did she say?
I didn't ask her because it was just assumed she didn't do it. I wasn't going to accuse her of doing it. I just advised her to cooperate with the authorities, and wait and see. hopefully get her through this.
And she maintained her innocence on that phone call, that she's not the person.
She said, I didn't do it. She said, why are they doing this to me?
And I'm sorry to go back to February 20th, because I know you lost your daughter and your son-in-law. But what did Sarah tell you about that night in conversations that you had?
Just that Jaylee, her daughter, went in to wake them up. She came back and Jaylee said she couldn't wake them up, and Sarah went in and found them, deceased. And she called 911, and that's all she said. She's never gone beyond that.
I know this is kind of a difficult question, but law enforcement said that they found it suspicious that Sarah would not have heard gunshots in that home. And that was something that in the beginning started, I guess, it was a red flag for them. And that a 5-year-old would go in and potentially hear gunshots. And I know James had a heart machine, but then Sarah would not. And that they found suspicious. What do you say to that?
Well, I don't know. The house was very unusual, and her bedroom wasn't next to theirs, but Sarah claimed that the TVs were on. I know they were on in both rooms, and I don't know. It did seem unusual to me that she didn't hear the gunshots, but at 1:30 in the morning, as she was asleep. I know. I'm such a solid sleeper. That it possibly could have happened to me and not heard it.
What was her relationship with James and Kristen?
It was good. It was very good. She was here Thanksgiving with them, and we had a good time. Everybody was happy, and it was a good conversation. There was my conversations with Kristen right up to that night. She never mentioned anything about problems with Sarah, which she would have done. Kristen and I were very close. She was the daddy's girl.
Did Sarah know how to fire a gun?
I'm sure she did. Yeah.
That part hurts.
And this is Georgia. I mean, many people grow up handling firearms. Did she grow up around guns? Were there guns in the house?
There were times they were here. I live out in the county, and we've taken, some of my guns and fired them off my deck and so forth. And I believe Sarah protected some of that at times. Her brothers were more interested in it. But yeah, no, I wouldn't say she grew up with guns. No.
At the funeral, and the spokesperson for the Carroll County Sheriff said that this was something that stood out to her. That in Sarah's speech at the funeral, she said sorry at the end of her speech. And I guess investigators, that was another red flag for them. What do you make of that? That being a red flag to the people now accusing her of murder?
I'm sorry. She wrote that speech, and I can't speak for her for that. It didn't even occur. That never occurred to me. I'm sure she was sorry it all happened. I am sorry it happened. Using the word sorry, I don't think there's any admission of guilt. I think that's a little exaggerated.
When you think about that night and I'm sure it's run through your head a million times over the past roughly 6 months, but do you have any idea in your mind what happened that night, or whoever did this, what happened?
I have theories. I'm not gonna do anything now. I've told the detectives about what I feel and what I felt at the time, and I know they're investigating that, and I don't want to say anything at this time because I hope that and I know their investigation is still going on, and I hope that it all comes out. I think there will be an additional arrest or two.
For James and Kristen, they seem to be, I mean, they were churchgoers, seem to be very beloved by members of the community. Is there anyone who might have had a problem with them?
I'm sorry, guys. Commercial.
Not that I know of. They lived in Carrollton. I'm up here in Rome, and we didn't see each other that often, but I didn't know of any problems. I know they were very happy. They were just baptized again, and they loved that church, and they were very active in it at the time.
Did Sarah have any challenges in terms of mental health issues or anything like that you were aware of?
No, not at all. Not at all.
And law enforcement had said that she had moved around a bit. Who else was she? How long was she living with the Brocks?
That statement, I live in another world, because that's not true. She was living with the Brocks in that house for as long as they lived there. She would go see her father once in a while and maybe spend the weekend with him, but no, she was living in that house, as far as I know, from the moment they purchased it.
There's a lot that's been made about her social media, her TikToks, and I know it's not easy to see any of this on the news media, but a lot of people are saying she's accused of this murder, but here she was presenting as if she was someone looking for sympathy, or even in some cases reaching out to people for views, to have creators and TikTok people, cover this case. What do you make of those accusations against her?
Well, first of all, I haven't seen. I don't use TikTok. I don't know how to use TikTok. I've heard that, but Sarah was upset, and she was, she was a 17-year-old young girl who was trying to be glamorous. She was trying to get her life together. I don't know about anything. I haven't seen anything that says that to me, that she was trying to do anything other than just be a 17-year-old girl. They all get on TikTok or whatever media, and they show off. I mean, that's not unusual.
Was there anything else that law enforcement said during that news conference that you want to push back on? Obviously, beyond the notion that they believe that she is the person who killed the Brocks.
Well, the notion that she was moving around, that she was, they keep saying a mountain of evidence. Well, if they present the evidence, maybe I could have, think differently. But until I see the evidence, I mean, she's innocent until proven guilty, unless things have changed in the law. But they've yet to show me that she's been proven guilty.
And then just a couple more questions for you, if it's okay. For people who have only seen the outside of the home when it was a crime scene, and I know you talked about an interesting makeup of it, but take us inside if you can and just describe what that home was like, where unfortunately this crime took place, and then where everyone else was inside the house.
Well, the house was originally a very small home that had 2 or 3 additions put on it, and in the back. And it was very unusual the way the bedrooms were laid out. Kristen and James' bedroom was, in the back on the far right of the house, but Sarah's bedroom was on the far left. And there was, if I remember correctly, there was at least one bedroom and some basic, I don't know what kind of room, just a general room in between. So it wasn't like a room was right next to their bedroom. It was sort of down the hall.
Does Sarah have a lawyer?
Not at this time, no.
And when do you expect to speak with her again?
I'm waiting for I'm sure she sent an arraignment by now, but I haven't heard. And waiting for arrange the bond hearing. If there is one, I think there has to be one. I'm sure she'll probably call us at any time.
Is there anything that I missed that you want to make sure people know?
Not really. I think we pretty much covered it. I mean, Sarah, to me, again, I don't think there's no evidence that I'm aware of that says she did it. And for the police to just say that she's the only one who could possibly do it, that to me is circumstantial and doesn't warrant her arrest. I think they need to finish the investigation, and hopefully other factors will come up, and she'll be cleared of this.
Dennis Nolan, again, I'm so sorry, we all are, for everything your family's been through. Thank you for taking the time to be with us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so that's the interview. And honestly, it just sounds like a genuine, innocent grandfather that, can't imagine that his granddaughter would do such a thing. But like I said, even like the only issue that I have, guys, if there was do you not agree that if there was other people involved, how frantic and how scared she looked even when she knew she wasn't getting out on bond? Like, do you not think she would be able to tell on someone?
Agree with that 100%. And
You know what I'm saying?
I just pulled up the indictment,
Right.
and I mean they got a lot of evidence against her.
Yeah, and that
I
was
mean,
just released recently, right?
yeah, I have all the court. I just pulled it. I have all the court documents up to the 16th of this month, and I think the 16th is the last thing that was filed on the record, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I can send it to you.
Yeah, please do. I appreciate it. But that's my thing, right? My thing is that at the end of the day, if it wasn't, I just feel like one by now, because remember we're almost closing into almost a year. Like this happened in February. We're about to hit January, and then I just think I don't know, man. I think if anything, someone else would have been arrested, and if not, I think she would have chirped. I don't know. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think? K-Snaps, Justice, Eddie.
I still think she has time to talk. Kind of like that Romeo and Juliet kind of vibe. If it is a boyfriend or especially an older boyfriend, she can hold it in for a little while longer. Depending on what they talked about. Because I'm still convinced if she did it that her boyfriend's going to be involved. Then definitely it's going to be an older boyfriend, not somebody of her age. Definitely older.
Yeah, obviously something got to her enough that she turned herself in. So, what was that turning point for her?
It was a warrant. She only turned herself in for a warrant. Okay. Did you hear me, Eddie? Yeah, I mean, when people say turn herself in, she didn't really turn herself in. She didn't say oh yeah.
But she was the warrant was for her arrest in the case, though, right?
Correct. So if she didn't turn herself in, then she would have been running on a bench warrant. So she had no choice but to turn herself in.
I feel like at the same time, innocent people put up a little bit more of a fight.
I mean, what? I would think they'd put up more of a fight at trial wise, because you can't do anything about a warrant. Usually, rich people when they have a warrant out for their arrest, they'll call their lawyer and be like, "Hey, we have a warrant for your client. Do you want to bring them in willfully or no?"
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. She's 100% correct. Usually they'll be like, okay, so that we don't have the press waiting outside the house or whatever. They'll make some sort of arrangements to deliver their client to the precinct or to the jail, whether it's for the actual warrant itself or whether it's just even for like questioning them or interviewing them or interrogating them or whatever. But that, yeah, she's 100% correct there.
And I'm reading online here that she's in I guess she's confined to this cell 23 hours a day because of her age to protect her. She's got an iPad that she's able to FaceTime with family. I don't know what the capabilities of the iPad are, but I know her dad is posting that he's able to talk to her daily on this iPad. So she's not secluded from her family. She still has contact with them, it looks like daily through FaceTime. Um, so I'm not saying she has it great in jail or whatever, but obviously they're not making it miserable for her. They're protecting her. She's not in there with the general population. She's got technology, so what more does a 16-year-old, 17-year-old want than isolation and technology? I mean, I have a 17-year-old and she lives upstairs, and you give her like a food every now and then and technology and isolation, she's good.
Yeah, I agree. But still, like you could tell she was like, if you watch like when she knew she wasn't gonna get bonded and whatever, you can tell she was like scared for her life, man. But the
Oh,
evidence
It's
shows
really
obviously
sad. Yeah.
yeah, she probably thought she was going to general population.
What's up, Ginger? How you doing? Ginger, do you know you're up here? 6 months solitary.
Asking if they can hear some of the evidence. I can read some of the indictment if you want me to, but one thing that they did do, which I find interesting, is they're really trying, and I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that she is a minor, is on the, what date was this? Hold on one second. It was this month. On the, I think it was the 14th or 15th or whatever. No, I'm sorry, it was the 9th. They put in a request and the judge issued an order limiting access to the court file. So anything that's filed, so it says, whereas defendant filed their motion for limitation of access to the court file, arguing that access by the general public to motions filed that contain certain evidentiary depth would cause harm to the integrity of the proceedings and therefore outweigh the public interest. And the state having no objection, defendant seeks to file substantive evidentiary motions under seal with the clerk of Superior Court until a final disposition has been entered in said case. So I'm not going to read like all the rules and stuff that they use to support that, but in Georgia that is allowed. And so there's not a ton on there anymore. On the record, they took off 40 some odd motions that were initially, I just pulled it back up again and I can't even access those motions anymore. So they're completely grayed out. There's about 40 motions that have been filed on the court in the record. There is a motion in limine on what they're trying to suppress and things like that that's still on the record. But again, they only put one page on there and the remainder of it is completely locked down now. So there's not a whole lot to go over at this point. What they are saying is any comments relating to the defendant texting or having sex with other guys or any reference to the defendant's alleged S behavior or promiscuous behavior, all videos, posts, or pictures depicting or alluding to the S behavior of the defendant, and all comments relating to the defendant's illicit rug use or hiding of rugs or rug paraphernalia is not to be mentioned during the trial is what they're arguing for on the defense side. So there's obviously a lot more to this than what we're being made aware of.
Were they saying that against Sarah, the rug use and stuff, against Sarah or against the parents?
Against, she's the defendant, so against Sarah, or with Joshua Skinner, the irrelevant and prejudicial comments, including but not limited to. So it says, comes now the defendant by and through counsel and files his motion in limine requesting this court prohibit the district attorney and any and all witnesses to refrain from mentioning either directly or indirectly and be removed from any recorded source, including recorded statements of the defendant or with Joshua Skinner, the irrelevant and prejudicial comments, including but not limited to what I just read to you guys. So that's in regards to Sarah.
So was that a motion or was it an approved
It
motion?
was a motion. It was an motion in limine that was signed by the attorney for the defendant, and then the judge Let's see here. Has not ruled on it yet.
Okay.
That was filed on the 9th. So that's what
So
the
right.
defendant is trying to get them to not allow, because allegedly the prosecution has a bunch of evidence about that and they don't want that to be mentioned during trial or any pretrial anything. They're trying to get that to be completely disregarded from the record and taken out of any evidentiary videos or text or anything that they have.
I mean, legally, do they think they have a chance because she's young? Like, I don't.
Quite possibly,
That's like
yeah. They have to,
evidence.
right, no, exactly. They have to prove that it's more prejudicial than probative. So that's under the rules of evidence. They have to prove that those statements would be more prejudicial in the context of which they're introducing them than probative to the case, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that's what they have to be able to prove in their argument to the court. And as long as they can prove that, hey, by the prosecution coming in and saying, hey, there's promiscuity, there's, she was obviously wanting to do all these things with these guys and her parents wouldn't let her. And so this is what happened. You know what I mean? If that's the argument or the theory that they're utilizing, then quite possibly they could win that argument and not be able to bring that up. But that's hard to know at this point because we don't know a whole lot, right? Because they've
Was there already a hearing on it?
No, not yet.
Okay.
It looks like there was a hearing on the 16th. Let me see what that one was for.
On the 16th of November?
No, of December. So just a few, like last week.
Oh.
I
think it got changed to January.
Did it? Okay. I just have the.
Yeah, but everyone's saying that the trial starts January 5th.
That can always change too. Just even if they have a trial date, and it could have been the pretrial conference, to be honest, or they could have moved. So it looks like it was supposed to be. I may have to pull up the actual case file. I just have the actual PDF in front of the judge.
Steph Morgan, do you know you're up here? All right.
Alessa said she tried to get a change of venue.
Yeah, I heard that too. It got denied.
It got denied.
See, and the last time she was in court was for preliminary, right? Like, I feel like it was.
Does anybody work in Ohio?
I have a question.
Sorry, back. Go ahead. Back to just Mimi.
Does anybody work any cases in Ohio?
We're international, love.
Okay, because I've got a sister-in-law that came up missing 3 years ago in Ohio. Her husband had died. She was still working and supporting the family. The last time they seen her, she walked out of her apartment. And mind you, she had money in the bank. She had quite a bit of money from her husband's death. That money has not been touched, and it's been 3 years. We
Yeah, it's
can't
a good
get
possibility.
nobody to do anything.
It's a good possibility. She's no longer with us. You guys got to declare her. You guys got to. I mean, 3 years is still a little fresh, but it happened to my uncle also. So what I think you have to do is when you guys are ready, and the government will push it on you also. You'll have to declare her unalived.
Okay. Well, I'll have to tell her stepdaughter because I'm just a sister-in-law that.
I mean, don't lose hope for sure, but I would never lose hope for sure. But unfortunately, that's what we had to do with my uncle. My uncle's car was parked at the airport with the keys in it, and we never found him. And well, we have an idea what happened to him because he was obviously he was involved with the wrong people, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, her husband had died, and I think she got back with the wrong people. I think she was still doing them when he was around, but behind his back. And I think when he went, she just went off the deep end because her son killed her, but the money was never never touched out of the bank. The officers, whoever, told us the money's never been touched in the bank. But my reasoning is we don't know how much she took out to begin with. We just know what's in there after she passed. She had just gotten the
Well,
settlement. Hadn't
I
even
will
been,
say, I will say, if she was leaving and never coming back, usually they wipe that out.
yeah, they wipe it out, and she didn't wipe it out, and it hasn't been touched.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I apologize, but I would love, I would love for you to message me some details if you feel comfortable, and I would love to take a look at it,
Okay.
go dig a deep dive. But thank you for sharing that. Sorry to hear
Okay,
that.
well, it'll either be me or my niece Dusty because it's her stepmom and she may have more than me. I just
Sure,
have
sure.
more
Yeah,
time on
please
my
let us
hands.
know. Email,
I will
email,
sure.
my email is in the bio, and
Okay, I will
my
get on
my
it to her
my
tomorrow.
secretary will go through it.
Okay, I'll get on it tomorrow to her and see if maybe we can bring her mom home. They need her.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me up.
You're
And y'all are
welcome.
doing awesome work. Just keep
Appreciate you.
on,
Thank you.
forget the haters, and just
Yeah,
keep
yeah. No, we
going.
don't. We don't do that. But I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Second,
You're
no.
welcome.
K Snaps is not my secretary, guys. K Snaps. I can't say partner no more because I think it was yesterday where I literally were like, I'm like, yeah, that's my partner, and they're like, are you guys married? Do you guys have kids?
I think you're her secretary.
Yeah, true. Yeah, thank you, Eddie. Thank you. Jeez. At least someone sticks up for me. Judy, thank you for being patient. How you doing?
No problem. Hi everybody. I just have a quick stupid question. I came into this platform halfway through Becca, so I'm still fairly new to your platform. And I know that these last couple cases have been missing person cases, and where you guys do awesome work trying to track down people. But with a case like this one here about Sarah Grace Patrick, there's no one missing. And what is your what are you looking to accomplish? Like, what do you do in a case like this? Is it to see if you can figure it out yourself?
Well, first and foremost, we definitely enjoy true crime, right? And the thing is, yeah, we kind of brainstorm. We kind of go with the fact of like, what would be the motive for a 16, now 17-year-old to unalive her parents?
Yeah.
So we kind of play judge, jury, investigators, witnesses, suspects, and we kind of just brainstorm it. And we put all the details together as much as they're public. And then once we go to trial, we follow it by trial, and we kind of, we hope that it definitely is a public trial, and we just watch the trial through day by day, and see pretty much see who was right, who was wrong, and a lot of the times when it goes to trial, we've already uncovered what they're now talking about.
Okay.
Jump in and say something too, Chef, really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of it too is advocacy for the victims of these horrific crimes, or in some cases there are individuals who are being railroaded through a system who are not either getting a fair trial or who should not even be on trial at all. Or again, it's good to, every case is different, so there's multiple aspects of why we cover these cases, but it's to give a voice to the voiceless, whether it be the defendant, whether it be the victim, whether it be whomever, is to be the voice for the individual that either isn't here to speak anymore.
Okay.
Or
This
can't
is
speak for
all really
themselves.
fascinating, and you guys have me hooked.
I appreciate you. And yeah, you feel free to come up and ask any questions. I've seen you in the chat, and I appreciate your continued support. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just like, I want to say, I don't know, this might come out the wrong way, but it's almost like a hobby. You know what I mean? It's like pretty much, it's a bunch of like, people are into cars and people are into, I mean, I'm into sports too, but this is like a hobby slash daily podcast. We get different people, like you see Kristen, public record. She'll dig out the affidavit if it's public. You know, we got people in the chat that will just do it also. And, you know, definitely we do a ton of different things altogether, mainly true crime, like obviously case wise. You know, it just so happened that the missing case, the missing persons one, and obviously I always say missing persons a lot of times, unfortunately, falls into crime, obviously, right?
Right.
So
Right.
we get fat, we you know, we just try to help with that. And I mean, a lot of times, and you've seen it yourself now, a lot of times TikTok is a pretty good platform. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I've had it a lot of times where you know, when you have, you know, pretty big followings, you get people come in and be like, oh, wait, I know about this case. Hold on, wait, that's what they're telling the media? That's what, no. This is not how it's going. This is how it's going. And
Well, you
kind of
guys,
stuff like that, you know?
you all have done me a huge favor because I just changed my name from Judy's Shopping Addiction to Judy Justice. So
There you
you
go.
guys are not costing me anything.
There you
And you're a
go.
hell of a lot more productive and fascinating than fucking live shoppers.
Hey, but let me ask you the ultimate question.
Yeah.
Did you cancel your cable?
I'm
I'm
halfway
kidding.
there. I'm
I'm kidding.
halfway there. But
Yeah.
I'll probably be doing that soon. But hey, one thing at a time here.
Right.
I gave
Yeah.
up my
And
shopping addiction. Now I think it's going to be true crime addiction.
You know, I hear
to be
that
honest,
often, Judy. We got someone in our comments.
yeah.
It's the same way.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. In my opinion, I'd rather talk about the trouble than be a part of the trouble. And most of my life, I was the trouble. So at this point, I'd rather talk about the trouble.
Yeah.
And honestly, Judy, to be honest, like we've just gained an amazing community. Like, you know, Justice. She's also, you know, not to you know, put it on her, but you know, her sister was possibly wrongfully unalived, and she's got a whole journey of trying to get that you know, justice over there. You meet like real life people that, you know, we've spent, I don't know, Justice, remember that one day we spent, I don't know, maybe a good couple
Yeah,
hours,
couple
and not to
hours.
brag or nothing, but we got quite a bit of signatures on that petition, right?
Yeah.
That's really what we're trying to
Great.
do around here. You know, if you
Right.
got, you know, we have followers that unfortunately get sick out of their control. You know, we try to help them and their families, and
Right.
just kind of give back and just do a good job. You know, and try to be honest in the process, right? Do you got slip ups? Absolutely, but mainly, guys, this is no drama. This is straight true crime, and we really love that aspect of this. So.
And we have a band, but that's about it.
And
You
we have a
guys
band,
have
yeah, but I don't know. I get PTSD from the band, so
you guys have my mad respect, and I'll get out
Okay,
of
appreciate
the
you.
Chef,
I'll
I
get out of
sent
the
it to
box
you.
and let you let somebody else ask us a question.
Thank you, Judy. I appreciate you.
Can you drop me?
And
Sure
Chef,
can.
I want to come in for just a second.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me, Chef?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So
But I dropped
when the
Judy, so I'm
lady just
hoping.
came,
Sorry.
yeah, the lady that just came up and was telling you about her sister-in-law, and you listened and you didn't just you know, you didn't say, hey, we're talking about this case and disregard her.
Oh no,
That
yeah.
to me, like, talks of, that talks about your character 1,000%, because you don't know how many times like I've gotten the ring around where, you know, people aren't talking about you know, the specific case, not only on TikTok but in real life. You know, if that's not the subject they're talking about, then they don't want to talk about it. So for you to do that, you know, just that you know, couple 5 minutes and talk to a victim's family like that, give them just a 5 minute platform, that is huge to a victim's family. Like you don't know what that means to a real victim's family. So just props to you for
Thank you,
doing that.
Justice. I
That,
appreciate that. And honestly,
you know,
I really
that's
do.
amazing.
We really do. And I promise you, like, there's a reason why, like, LS is in the chat there and she's saying email in the bio. Cause I promise you, the minute Mimi back over here, you know, goes through the, sees that email, she will definitely on her free time, she will definitely go through it. I'm telling you, even your sister's case, I promise you, I woke up one day and my entire phone call was all about your sister, all about the actual evidence that you've sent to me, and I got engaged because they were already invested to the point, right? So it's really what we do. Like I said, this is a passion, and again, if we can help out each other, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're helping people, and it's a passion. And true crime has become a passion for me, but it's also real life for some of us. Like true crime stories are our real lives, like our real life stories. And for people to take that into consideration, like you just did for 5 minutes, not disregard her story, like that means that you're truly passionate about it, and you're not doing it for clicks and likes and points and money. Like that, that's huge, and
I
I
appreciate
mean
that.
that
Thank
from
you,
like the
Justice.
bottom of my
Thank you.
heart.
I know you do, and I appreciate
Thank
that. And
you.
yeah, that's like I said, we're so blessed here, man. And every case gets us stronger. I promise you that. Like I like I was saying earlier today, it was today marks a special day for us as well. It's baby Emmanuel Haro, the case that we had from California there, which Eddie's also local. He covered it with his own profession that he's into, and I met him through there. I've met Jasmine through there. I've met Nayeli. I met so many amazing people from there. And now I got onto the Rebecca Park case. I met Mind of Monsters. That's like my big sister now. We fucking, Alisa, my there's Alisa right there. She's another one. I met through the cases, and she's got a struggle going on for herself. So I do want to mention, guys, Alisa is the one we were with yesterday. Trying to just make her children smile for Christmas. She unfortunately is battling stage 4 breast cancer, and the doctors pretty much told her there's nothing they can do for her. She's 38 years old with 5 children, and we basically did a whole live for her and her family. And the GoFundMe link, ladies and gentlemen, it's in my bio. Like I said, it's going to stay in my bio for a very long time. It's going to stay in my bio for a very long time. And like I say, if you cannot support and you cannot contribute, we still love you the same. I promise you. It's not.
I
It's
will
not
head
like
there in just a second.
you said. What?
I said I will head over there in just a second.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
Just
you, but like I said,
to
it's
support.
not. It's
Yeah.
not like. It's definitely not like. It's not like nobody's forced. If you can, $5, $10, whatever the case may be, like every little bit helps. But if you can't, like I said, we still love you the same, because you know what I mean. We know maybe you can't. People can't support at this very moment, but tomorrow's a
Hey,
brand new day,
tapping's
right?
free.
Exactly.
Tapping's free.
But
Okay, Chef, I'm going to get my niece to write you in an email, but I sent you copies over that we had gotten, just story of it. But I'll have
yes,
her
please do
send you
so.
the
Yes, please
email
do. Please
because,
do.
I
Like
mean,
I promise you,
we need
I
her
got some
out
very.
or
I'm
found.
I'm gonna sound cocky, but I got some very intelligent people on my team.
Okay, well, I'm fixing to send it to her, and I've been watching you for a while, and maybe we can get it solved now.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
I'll be back. I'll be back in the morning, but I'm going to text her tonight.
Okay, love. Have a great night.
Thank you.
You
All
too,
of
bro.
y'all
Yeah,
are awesome. Thank
I
yeah.
you.
The
appreciate that.
ladies on your team, for sure, are make up for you and me.
Yeah, I mean, guys, we have about 35,000 followers, and 34,955 are ladies. And I think it's me, Eddie, Byron, a couple others. So I talked to Eddie. I said, listen, Eddie, are you peen sitting down, dude? He's like, no. I said, okay, good. Neither am I yet. But once we start doing that, we got to switch it up here. But no, you guys are all amazing, man, and honestly, we love you. Like between my community, K Snaps community, we like I said, we know where we've been. And I will speak for K Snaps too. Like we know what it's like to be rock bottom, and get to a good level right now where we'd love to give back, right? So, but yeah, in saying that, we got Barb here on the panel. How you doing, Barb? Do you know you're up here, Barb? Okay, maybe not.
Really quick, someone asked any updates in the Rebecca Park. The only updates, guys, is that Kimberly Park's probable cause hearing was moved to January 14th from December 23rd, and then Courtney and Brad's preliminary examination or probable cause is moved to January 13th. Those are the only updates. Just
Yeah,
wanted to
thanks.
say that really quick because like 3 people asked in the comments.
And if you don't know by now, not related, obviously, but obviously the Rebecca's baby dad. Well, Rebecca's boyfriend, fiance at the time, Richard Fowler, he was arrested for breach of his probation because of a domestic violence charge that he had added on. And I don't think he got the 25,000, did he?
So what they said is because it's 2 different cases, so once it gets over to circuit, then Carrie can at that point determine whether or not she wants to put on a bond violation. But they did do the 25,000 for the lower court for that one, but I think they reduced it or did 10% or something. It does show the 25,000 for that but he didn't get the bond violations per se yet. It could be once he goes back to court in the circuit court on the first case for the rug charges, but she has to make the determination on whether he's got a valid defense though. It is, you know what I mean? And I think that's what they're going to have to take into consideration because they could raise defense of others because he was allegedly protecting his dad from his nephew.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're claiming at least. Again, we don't know, right? But again, that's what the claim is.
Yeah.
So he's got a defense of others claim, so they may let it slide because of that. So I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah. But again, RSO, I don't got no love for you, baby. Stay in there. Chef, I was tapping again. Okay, unknown. Don't worry about it. I'll drop you. I know a lot of people get confused when they're tapping and they get brought up by accident, but yeah, so the time is now 11:10, guys. I do have work in the morning. I'm gonna be shutting it down for tonight. But again, thank you each and every one of you for your continued support. Justice, those are some awesome kind words. I appreciate you like always. And like I say, if you ever want to pick a day and go and shed back light on your sister's case, I really have no problem doing that. We can definitely do that. For the rest of you guys out there, I appreciate your continued support between my platform, K Snaps' platform, and yeah, we're really here just to bring the cases to you guys, and supporting the victims and bringing these animals to the cage, if that makes any sense. But thank you guys for your continued support. I love you guys all. K Snaps will probably be back in the morning. Kristen, thank you for coming up and doing what you guys do best. Eddie, all you guys, man.
Appreciate you
Appreciate you
having me.
guys. Yes, thank you guys. Have a great night.
Guys.
Guys.
Thanks, Jeff.
You're welcome. Love you too, Elisa.